Yeah, so...
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I was really vibing to that intro.
It's a little bit.
While Caleb was waving side to side like he just don't care.
Yeah. That's it.
By the way, for that visual cue and for all others, you guys can check out this video on the YouTubes.
On the YouTubes.
On the YouTubes, yeah.
The two Ubes.
This is a unique episode for several reasons. One, this is the first, I almost said multi-man video, but technically anything more than one person would be multi.
Yeah. Other than the podcast Assembled, though, this is definitely the first 4 deep.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got 4 deep
Was
in
it
here.
the winging challenge on here?
That was an Assembled.
Yeah, that was an Assembled.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, Assembleds are special.
We do have something very unique to talk about here tonight, but before we talk about the movie here, there is a couple of housekeeping things I want to talk about. First of all, like I said earlier, you guys can now check us out on YouTube. That is a very, very big thing, very cool thing. And if you guys are into visuals, you won't be after you see us. But if you still like to stick around and watch the videos, that would also still be cool. You know, you can still watch YouTube and not look at the video. So if you're not into looking at us, I get it. But hey, there's some cool shit in this room that you can still look at, though. So
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
we just made sure we were getting that all in the shot.
Right.
We failed at that.
We got we got most of the
That's a good amount of stuff.
yeah, we got a good bit. There is something I wanted to talk about, though, first of all, before we get to Dylan's proposition here. That's what I'm calling this. This is Dylan.
Oh.
And that is, recently, we all watched the latest MCU movie, Deadpool and Wolverine.
We did.
Wait, you guys
I've seen it twice already.
I believe that,
I have also seen it twice.
yeah, the two of you have seen it twice. I need
I'm
to.
jealous.
I'll be honest, man. And this is something that I talked to homie Oz about. That was like probably his first time ever going to like a major opening release, and it was really his first time getting that opening night experience.
That's fucking awesome.
And he was like, "Yeah, man, I went back and saw it, and like, there was like no clapping or anything in my theater." And I was like, "Oh yeah, man, when you go back and watch it with the normies, it's always trash." Like,
I know, it's
Right,
boring.
yeah,
as fuck.
like fucking spoiler pops up, and then it's just you fucking plebs. What's happening?
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
Why aren't you
it's-
excited about this?
It's weird, right? It was a similar thing the first time I saw. I think it might have been in Endgame. Like I saw that in theaters, obviously opening night with the rest of like the super nerds, and then I went back a week or two later for like a matinee showing, and like I still enjoyed it, obviously, but man, the fanfare just wasn't there. It wasn't really.
Yeah.
And some movies have those moments that you need like a really cool theater experience for.
yeah,
But the reason I wanted to bring up Deadpool and Wolverine is because I learned something that really only enhanced my enjoyment of this movie. And that's this. From what I can tell, most of the people who saw Deadpool and Wolverine thoroughly enjoyed it. It's a good time. It's a fun time. Action-packed, foul-mouthed, extremely funny. It's the best Deadpool movie that we are ever going to get.
agreed.
But what I learned is comic book fans love this. Casual fans love this. MCU stans are the ones who are mid on it.
Really?
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. The MCU stans are the ones who are.
The fuck?
But it took me a while to figure it out, but I figured out why. So from talking to people at work and from seeing various posts online and from just communicating with other people who love the MCU but really nothing else, what I've learned is that their issue is they've been trained to only react to the interconnectivity of these movies. And I guess slight spoiler alert for those who haven't seen Deadpool and Wolverine, but this is very much a Deadpool and Wolverine kind of movie. So if you're looking for something to really push the MCU forward, this isn't the movie for you. But if you're looking for I don't know, a really good movie, this is the movie for you. But
I was thinking it was, but then I went and saw it, and then I wasn't disappointed that it wasn't.
yeah, see, weeks before the movie came out, Caleb and I had this discussion about whether or not Deadpool and Wolverine would really push the narrative forward, and we both agreed that it really wouldn't, because how? You have two characters who are Fox properties until this movie, and one of them is Deadpool. I don't know. To me, it just wouldn't make a whole lot of sense for the MCU to put their future on the shoulders of this kind of movie. But apparently, a lot of the MCU stans were really disappointed that it didn't. The common things I've heard is it doesn't push the narrative forward. It's not moving things along. It doesn't do any of the things that they want this movie to do. And to me, that was just really telling. And then it hit me. Yeah, it's because these are the hardcore MCU stans. These aren't the comic nerds love it. Oh my gosh, Age of Apocalypse.
Yeah.
Fucking Old Man Logan, John Byrne.
Yeah.
There's so much for us. And the casuals love it because it's just a super fun time movie.
Dick jokes.
Yeah. It's the MCU stans that don't love it.
Yeah, there was a info graphic the other day. The word "fuck" is said 119 times in the MCU. One in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, and the other 118 are in Deadpool and Wolverine. But we talked about this a little bit on the review. It's like we have been trained to look at a movie as, is it a good movie? Mm-hmm. And to also look at a movie as, does it press the MCU along? Now, I honestly, the best entries in the MCU, we are doing a full ranking soon, and I got to admit, everything in my top 5 check both of those boxes, right? And most of the top 10 check both of those boxes. But yeah, there is a certain subset who's only looking for, or not only looking for it, but they're primarily looking for that connectivity. I find myself in that range sometimes. Like, I really love the interconnectivity of the MCU. It's definitely my favorite thing about it. I think it's the secret sauce. I think the reason that this movie maybe is getting backlash from those people is because it's been so damn long since anything pushed the MCU forward. Like, for most people, it could be the fucking day after Endgame still, you know?
Right.
I mean, other than, like, No Way Home, there really just hasn't been a lot of forward momentum. It's kind of like we got a little check-in with all these characters, you know? But nothing really to push the narrative forward. And it doesn't help that, like, Kang was supposed to be that, and now he's gone. But, you know, if they want that, like, honestly, I wasn't disappointed in Deadpool and Wolverine. I think I gave it 8.9.
Yeah.
But, you know, like, if the next couple movies that come out don't do that, like, if Brave New World doesn't do it, then that's a huge failing on that movie's part. Because that's...
It's the whole purpose of that movie.
Right. That's what that movie, that and Thunderbolts, their only purpose... Well, not their only purpose, but their main purpose is to set up Doomsday.
Yeah.
At this point,
and I'm with you on that. Like, I expect Captain America 4 to do it. Hell, I expect to a degree Thunderbolts to do that.
Yeah.
And I definitely expect Fantastic Four to do it. I'm not looking at a Deadpool movie to move the MCU forward. And, you know, I will agree that, yeah, that may be the secret sauce of the MCU, is that they have this built-in interconnectivity that has never really been done before in movies. However, if I had to pick, not saying that I should, but if I had to pick between the interconnectivity in a bunch of mid-movies or a really good movie that doesn't have it, I want the latter.
that's true. But on that same note, though, if I have the choice between a really good movie that has it and a really good movie that doesn't, I'm gonna go with the really good movie that has it every time.
Oh yeah,
So,
but clearly that is not an option with the MCU right now.
No, it used to be we got both most of the time.
Yeah.
And this is the thing about it too, and then we'll move on. But we used to get both all the time, and we were so happy with it that when we didn't get both, when we only got the connectivity and just got a mid movie, we were like, okay, it moved things along. You know, I don't feel like I wasted my time or my money here. It was okay. Thor: The Dark World, you know?
Right.
We got another Infinity Stone. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
You know, we kind of, they're going to give it to the Collector. Oh, he was in Guardians of the Galaxy. You know, that kind of thing. But now we just don't get either.
Yeah, now we don't get either. Yeah, it's an unfortunate kind of conundrum, but it is one that I thought was worth mentioning to a degree here. And we'll probably revisit this again for our next slate of episodes, which we'll be reviewing and ranking the entire MCU. TV shows, movies, and all.
Just know that we love you all, because this is an undertaking.
Yes, it is.
It might even be 3 episodes.
It might. Like, there's a lot.
Because there's going to be some fighting.
Yeah, Caleb was so excited about it, like, finishing the list, more or less, that I think early in the morning, one of the times, whenever I was not asleep for some reason, and he noticed, he was just like, "Hey, I did the thing." I was like, "Oh, that's cool. I wouldn't be able to. I'm not good at picking stuff like that." He's like, "Do you want to know my list?" I was like,
my soul would be like,
"Sure." I'm not going to be able to know what this means really, but sure, yeah, you can send it to me.
Yeah, I sent him the rough draft of my list.
And it was a Mr. Switch was like, and I was like, yeah.
It was a numbered 51 item list.
I scrolled down and looked at each one. I was like, okay, yeah, cool.
yeah,
Yeah, that's not an easy list to put together.
it's not envious.
No, it's not. I would literally not be able to do it. I did not pick my favorite anything.
It's a hard list to like individually put it together, but then like we have to sit in here and hash it out,
right?
You know? And we're not going to have the same list. Believe it or not, Ace and I have very different tastes in superhero movies most of the time.
I picked up on it.
Hashtag Marvels.
I don't think there's the thing is, I don't think there's like an excellent movie. There's not a movie where like one of us thinks it's like a 9.5 and the other one thinks it's a 6.
Yeah.
You know, there might be like one of us thinks it's an 8 and the other one thinks it's a 6. You know, it might be like that.
That might happen, yeah.
But, you know, there's no movie where it's just like Civil War is probably the best example of that, where like I rank it super fucking high and he just thinks it's mid, you know.
Yeah, it's a strong 7-8.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe an 8 on a good day.
Yeah, I mean, even then, it's really only like a 9.3 for me, maybe. So, you know.
Really good movie, you know, and again, we'll get there.
We'll get there.
Yep. Dylan, put down the knife. I'm sorry, Dylan, that we have already derailed your topic of discussion.
I was gonna let you guys go while I was
It's a cold open. You know,
It's
this
just
is
cold,
the throwback.
you know,
We don't really talk about the
Gotta
subject.
get some Deadpool Wolverine in there.
Yeah, you know. But I suppose proper introductions are in order. So, homies one and all, welcome back to another very special episode of the Superhero Homies podcast. My name is Quentin, and today I'm here with some of my closest and bestest that I can find and wrangle up together. Obviously, I have here with me my co-host, the man of the hour. He is the hostess with the mostest, the homie Caleb. Welcome back.
What up, what up? I do not have a Pepsi today, but I do have a Mountain Dew Baja Blast, not a sponsor, and that is a Pepsi product. So
Gotcha.
we checked off our obligatory Madam Web reference.
Good. Coming back again, we have here a good friend of mine, somebody who may know comic books just as well as I do, but he does not have a homie tag. We have Brendan.
Hi.
That was creepy.
I mean, did you expect anything else?
A little.
And last, but certainly not least, we have here with me someone who may be the only one who would sit down and watch Batman Ninja and review with me, as well as the Justice League X Ruby Heroes and Huntsmen's Parts 1 and 2, and soon to be the Suicide Squad animated series on Netflix. We have here with me again one of the most patient people that I know, the homie Dylan. Dylan, welcome back.
Hello.
Good to have you guys all here.
You also forgot Batman Ninja 2.
Oh yeah. Gotta do that one too.
Can't have you forget that.
Oh, of course, yeah. Can't forget that little gem coming out.
There's a sequel coming out?
I don't know when it's coming out.
So
I'm morbidly curious about it.
At the end of the Suicide Squad Isekai, they're gonna end up in Batman Ninja, and that's gonna be the lead in for 2.
that would be amazing.
kind of cool.
I can't tell if he's like just messing with us or if that's like a rumor that's going around.
No, I just that just came off the top of my head.
Okay.
He might have given them an idea.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
Yeah.
Somebody's at Warner Brothers right now like, shit.
Write that down.
Wait, hold on. Right now, so they have
Makes
to play
sense.
Cat?
Shoot, I forgot to turn the microphone on for those of you watching YouTube. So I would do that before we get things properly started. Yeah, you guys can talk amongst yourselves.
Why is no one having fun? I specifically requested it. This is where the DM tells you all to role play amongst yourselves. I was gonna say you gotta not touch the camera at all. Okay, I don't think you.
No,
you
that's
messed
fine
up.
still,
I think I'm still.
I didn't even realize there was a mic
Why?
on there.
I think I'm still in it. Yeah, you gotta have the shotgun mic.
Why
Boom mic.
can you remote control most of the things, but not that?
That is an attachment.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, none of them come with the shotgun mics on them. So does that feel? Is that gonna put this into the mic? Is that okay? Because I was gonna say if it's the other way around, you're wasting your nice ass equipment here.
Yeah, if it was the other way around, then this would just still make a very great audio podcast.
Yeah, yeah, right.
Yeah, I was gonna say your cover's kind of limp there.
I don't think I would call it. I don't think I would use that verbiage.
Look, one out of four. Okay,
Just letting you know.
can't help it.
Yeah,
Just kind of worried.
I'm gonna face this way for the rest of the.
that's fair. I get that.
Well, you might want to move your mic over.
No.
Okay.
Back about 20 years ago now, the now well-known serial domestic abuser / music mogul Sean P. Diddy Combs had a slogan, "Vote or Die." And tonight, to carry on that legacy, the homie Dylan here decided to watch a movie and review it called Read or Die.
Didn't you guys say some other fucked up shit about the first episode we did of this?
It's possible.
I gotta be honest, man. I really didn't know where you were going with that until
I know.
Yeah, that was a hell of a setup.
The second you said vote or die, I was like, oh no.
I'm like, oh fuck. About to get political in this bitch.
This is episode 3 of the throwback.
Technically, yeah.
Yeah, so it's 3.5.
Right.
Yeah, because
Since it actually officially started.
Yeah, because we originally the first thing we did was somehow we cursed this whole segment by opening it up with Cool World.
Yeah.
Then we did the much more excellent Mean Girls.
I still
So hold on.
I still love
We-
Cool World.
Yeah, we know.
They're still, it was a group effort.
And then we meant to do all of Read or Die, and we did post an episode with our thoughts on the first third of it already. So this is like episode 3.5 of Throwback.
Our leading tech guy promised me he could find anything.
All right, so
Look,
we're going to put the mud down and stop slinging it.
Yeah. Yeah, I will not. I'm an engineer. I will not. I will not withstand these verbal assaults.
As the new co-host, you have every right to not put up with that.
I know. That's what I'm
Banhammer.
saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got. There's a fucking ranking here. Brendan, homie,
Whoa.
co-host.
You know. Wait a minute. Hold on. Fair enough. That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
The dirt. The worms inside the dirt.
And I'm just saying, I feel like that as an understood concept when it comes to the throwback, the person who picks the movie should also facilitate the viewing and presentation of said movie.
Yeah.
I did. I had to take it in my own hands. Yeah.
Yeah, I know you did. Yeah.
I had to buy this shit off eBay.
Bro, and
can't
what
find it
a
anywhere
what a
else.
fucking find it was.
Oh.
At first, homies, I thought that the movie that Dylan got, you know how you ever watch a bootleg movie and the camera's shaking and you see people moving, hear somebody cough? Thought that's what this was, but then I realized I don't think this movie was ever in theaters.
Nope, it's OVA. Yeah, it probably went straight to VHS.
I have horrible jokes.
Actually, I think it just went to DVD. I don't even think it hit VHS.
Oh wow. That DVD would have been probably more popular in Japan early than it was here.
Yeah, that's true.
Did it come out there before?
Well, they had the PS2 way before, because back then the PlayStation would come out in Japan way before it would
Was
come
the
out.
PlayStation 2 the first one to have the DVD?
The PS2 was the most popular DVD player for a long time
Oh, yeah.
because DVD players were actually really expensive.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
You might as well get the
expensive as
PS2 if you're going to spend that kind of money.
Yeah, if you're gonna spend, I think the PS2 was a whopping $300 when it came out.
shit. Yeah.
So yeah, if you're gonna spend $300,
And that's 90s money.
yeah, I mean, you might as well go ahead. Like a DVD player would be like $199,
Right, by itself.
Yeah, so it's not like towards the end of DVD where you can get a DVD player for like $29 or whatever.
think now you can
You
get
go to
one for
buy a
like
DVD and they try to
$5.
give you one. They're just like, here, have this too.
I don't need that.
I don't have.
Yeah.
Can't do shit with that.
I
that
had
furniture.
a DVD player that had a S-video cable on it.
That's good shit right there.
Y'all ever have the DVD VHS combo system?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those bitches
I
were
wouldn't mind
expensive.
one of those. I still wouldn't mind
I'm sure you can find one for
Cheap.
if they work.
I would never allow anyone to play a VHS on my television. I think it would melt my TV and my eyelids.
You
That
know,
would be an interesting thing to.
You don't want an OLED
See.
VHS experience?
No, I do not want my
Yeah.
65-inch OLED
That would
playing
be
a fucking
amazing. That's a
interlaced
hell of an
320i.
It probably look like this.
Yeah, it probably.
it would probably have a seizure just like that fucking movie
It
did.
probably just melt all the pixels right out of the
So,
screen.
to explain a little bit about what they're talking about, though, the edges and the video itself was pulsing at us, and we all thought we might be drugged somehow for a
Putting it
second
lightly.
there.
It was kind of like the holiday special.
a little bit.
Convulsing.
Star Wars Holiday Special, to be exact.
Yeah.
But I looked it up, and it's a product of the animation style because they had to hand do it all. So they had like a marker that they'd put the paper against, but they have to remove that to take the picture so it could ever so slightly shift around. So because of that, any scene where there's movement of any person, it would just start to...
Yeah, it would vibrate like the reverse flash before he stabbed somebody with his hand.
A little
You
bit,
know what I mean?
actually.
Yeah, it kind of did that.
Not quite that violent.
Yeah, not that violent, but close. So for those of you who don't know what Read or Die is about, if you missed part 1, no worries. We will give you a very quick recap here so we can tell you guys more about the remainder of this series / movie. So Read or Die is a movie about people with superpowers and people piss themselves. And there's a book.
It's very glistening.
And there's a book, and Beethoven is dope.
Yep.
And grasshoppers and beetles and Raiden. And you
And
put all
lightsabers.
that together with
And
paper.
Kitty Pryde.
And Kitty Pryde, Black Widow.
And titties.
Yeah, you put all that together. You put it in the pot, mix it up, and you get Read or Die. Now with that, I mean, if there's anything else, Dylan, that you like to add to that synopsis, I think it's brilliant. But if you want to add
I mean,
anything
that's pretty-
else, you
I
know.
think I'm okay.
It's pretty head on.
But it is about this girl who, in terms of code name, goes by, I choose to call her Agent Paper.
The paper.
The English dubbing.
The English dub is Agent Paper. The Japanese naming is The Paper.
The paper.
Like The
Which
Rock.
is a little bit better
you
as
know?
a code name, actually.
She beats The Rock every time.
Which we watched the first episode or third in Japanese with English subtitles, but Brendan requested specifically the English dubbing.
That did happen.
You said you couldn't keep up with the subtitles, so we did dubbing.
I mean,
That was verbatim what happened.
Yeah, I guess so.
I'm not shaming you on it. I'm just stating that you were specifically who requested it, so we did.
All the weebs just come after me.
All the weeps that are on a comic book.
Let's be real honest, okay? While there are definitely some weebs on here, right? Like there's some fucking Cosmere nerds on here. Like we reviewed White Sand, and there was somebody was like, "Oh wow, I fucking love Brandon Sanderson. You guys are gonna do White Sand?" You know? So I mean, there's definitely weebs on here,
I mean, there's 3 of those at this table.
right? I mean, that's true. There's 4 Cosmere nerds at this table. I don't know what you're talking about.
Really? I didn't know Brendan.
Brendan's further than Ace.
Huh. Nice.
Yeah.
I know
But,
it's surprising I can read, but
No,
I actually did
I
read.
just didn't know you. I haven't read
In
it.
all honesty, yeah, I didn't read it. I listened to it.
I listened to it. as well.
That still counts.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know what words.
I've
are.
only read White Sands. So.
I've not read one. I do need to read.
As I
that
say, audiobooks are the original books, so
It's true.
you know.
That and I don't have time to read. So.
But yeah, I guarantee you there's weebs out here, but you don't give a fuck what they think. And I mean, and for the record, neither do I.
one. Damn.
Also, thankfully, the subs versus dubs fight is mostly lost its actuality. It's mostly just like a meme
Yeah.
fight now.
The only sub versus dub fight I'm willing to engage in is King of the Hill.
Wait a minute.
No, that's a thing.
It's a thing.
Really?
It's
Yeah,
a
it's just
whole
reversed.
thing.
Oh my
It's over in
God.
Japan.
I
Yeah.
have a new thing. I
What
need to
does it
watch.
sound like in Japanese?
I listened to it. I've not listened to it. I don't know.
I found my third movie.
Oh no.
There's a way we can figure this out.
Are you gonna
Oh
play
no!
it? All right.
Oh no! We're about to do this live.
Well,
right?
I thought you were
While
about
you're
to say
looking
Dragon
that
Ball
up,
Z.
I'm curious, Brendan. Could you give me your Could you give me your thoughts on this movie? I'm curious.
I mean, he summed it up pretty good. That's about, I don't win.
What'd you say? I'm sorry.
He summed it up pretty good.
Well, yeah. No, this isn't like a give me a synopsis of the movie. I'm genuinely curious of what you thought about it.
What I thought of it?
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I thought about throwing you under the bus like that, but no. I'm legitimately curious how you liked the movie because they're both looking at their phones. So.
Damn. I thought it was a lot of fun. It was like a weird,
weird
version of like the X-Men. Like a very random ass version of like.
That's not as far off as I thought it was when you first said that. Actually.
Yeah, I'll be honest. It is pretty close.
Yeah. Like you said it, and well, you'll be able to see my face. I just kind of went like, oh no, he's got a point. Okay.
Well, it's like X-Men, but Japan.
Even though I don't think any part of it actually took place in Japan.
None of it.
I don't think so.
I was very.
I
That's
thought
very
they were in
vague.
Japan at the beginning.
Were they? I can't ever tell if they're in Japan or if she's in England.
It's so vague and kind of.
There's fucking Japanese symbols and shit everywhere.
Yeah,
but is that because
all
it's
over the place
an anime or?
I'm just saying, like the signs are in Japanese, and that would not be the case in London.
You would think that,
But.
But in anime, sometimes that does happen.
Well, I'm just saying, like
that's why I'm not sure. She actually probably was over in Japan at the start of it.
Yeah,
I just got thrown off because the English dude showed up.
Well, at one point, it is in New York because the Statue of Liberty is the first episode.
Yeah, dude dies.
Yeah. Well, they definitely they talk about the Library of Congress at the beginning.
Yeah.
But they kind of talk about London and the United States as if they're somewhere else.
You found it, didn't you?
I believe so. It does not want to. It does not want to play on the soundboard. The soundboards haven't known
that's
it.
right. He was trying to look for King of the Hill.
Yeah.
It's not started at all.
It's not. Yeah. So you guys have to use your own theater of imagination.
You're gonna get us copyright violated anyway.
That's
playing
true.
That shit.
As long as it has Bob Blast.
Speaking of which, I put up the audio version of Deadpool and Wolverine review on YouTube. It was just obviously audio only. And everything was fine and dandy, and then that got hit with the copy strike immediately.
Really?
Because of the intro.
Because the intro, yeah.
Fuck.
We played Bye. Yeah.
Yeah, ain't playing fucking around.
Yeah, I actually, in the future, whenever we want to do that, I actually show you how to do it because you have Audacity, don't you? Mm-hmm. So what you do is you just put the time code off, like you stretch the file out by 1%, because they have an algorithm that goes through and it's like, oh, these specific notes are this. So if you just stretch the file out so the time code is just a little off, it won't pick it up.
Oh,
shit.
that's snazzy.
Some
Audacity
fucking
is
YouTube
fun.
hacks.
Yeah. The audacity to do something like
God
that.
damn it. I knew as soon as
specifically
I said
didn't make that joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When he originally said it, I thought he was actually talking about, you have the audacity, right? I'm pretty sure he does have the audacity.
But, since we're here to talk about Read or Die, I will say I really enjoyed part 1 and 2 of this. I really enjoyed part 1 and 2 because I feel like they did not dive into as many anime tropes as you would expect. Random weird shit happens, but I don't know. I really enjoyed the originality of the first 2 parts of this. The third part, to me, it went real tropey in the third part.
I'm still vaguely curious about what parts you consider tropey.
Well, for instance,
Are we good? I don't think there's a way to do a non-spoiler part of this, is there?
This is going to be completely spoiled.
Yeah,
all the throwbacks.
Oh, yeah.
all throwbacks,
there's
due
no
to the
half and
age
half.
of them,
That's true.
it is all full of spoilers. Yeah, so you've been warned. But kind of the fight between the clones, right?
I was ready for that. Who am I going to shoot?
And then
Thankfully, I didn't do that one.
Yeah.
the one of them doing I'm going to sacrifice myself, and it didn't really make a ton of sense to me.
Yeah, I think that's
that was actually the OG lady, and she's... it is mildly tropey. I'll agree on that.
we all one thing that I did enjoy about the third part is obviously the fight between the Piss Yourself Man and
glistening
and Exit Paper.
So, what was the other name we were calling him? Raiden?
Yeah,
just
So the dude from the very start that just electrocutes the fuck out of the White House, and then also is just like, is this the library?
yeah.
That was really because, like, as an American, we were like, the fuck. That's the White House, you know.
Even non-natives would know.
Yeah, like that's a pretty
that's
iconic
the White
symbol.
House. I think that's why he went there. But at the same time, like,
But he doesn't have time to learn that shit. He doesn't
like-
care about pop culture or
No, dude, it's like
American history.
you'd think he was sent by an evil agency. You think they'd be like, hey, by the way, go here and then go over here. And he probably just was like, oh, cool, go here. All right, cool, I'm gonna go blow that up.
Yeah,
When did this come
that's
out?
all he needed to do.
I think like 03.
Okay, so like Google existed, you know?
That's true, actually. You're right.
I mean, it was. You know,
I don't know what time it's set though.
03 had that delicious like original recipe Google where you like type something in and it like took you to there.
Guns, but
You know,
I think it's just set in generic
know
modern time.
I don't know. It's sure not modern time now.
in 03,
Right.
Because that dude had to like pull the antenna off his phone.
Yeah, for his cell phone.
Well, I mean,
yeah,
modern time for when it was made.
03 Google
That-
like searched the internet.
I
There was
will
no
say,
algorithm or anything.
That's true.
That fucking old timey like cell phone
that-
that guy
that
pulled
cell
out of the
phone?
phone. That was dapper as fuck.
The English dude.
Yeah,
that
like
was
that is the
cool.
most dapper thing I've ever seen.
But to properly explain, anytime the electricity wielder dude on the evil side shows up, someone pisses themselves.
Yep, someone pisses
And it
himself.
only happens whenever he's in a scene or two before or after it.
And the first time was glorious.
Yeah. Hey, time out. As I was doing that looking for the King of the Hill audio, and like my phone was like, dog, we ain't playing this shit. I just realized something coming back fully focused here with the group in the conversation.
Welcome back, by the way.
You motherfuckers really let my bullshit explanation slide for part one.
We did.
We did.
Well, there's a whole episode that's focused on
There
that.
is. You know what? Yeah.
Mostly focused on
Yeah.
on the first part.
That is amazing.
There are parts.
Checks out
that
to
are
me.
focused. Yeah.
Checks out.
Also, I like did the whole first recap thing, so I'm not doing the second or
did.
third episode recap. So, and you did a BS of the first one, so I think Caleb should do the recap for 2 as the co-host.
Let's see. So episode 2, I'm trying to remember what
Where it started.
Yeah,
I know
where
it
it all kind of-
ends. It ends after the fly dude dies,
Yeah.
like the bird dude.
Episode 2 was where we got the fucking cool ass
Sun
Goku
Wukong,
guy.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the fucking Wulong.
And honestly, I gotta say that's my favorite fight.
Journey to the West.
What was his name? Genji or something like that.
Genji, yeah, he had like a
Genji?
5-part name, but I
It
do
was
not remember that
Genji,
part.
and
Yeah.
then he had the full,
title.
you know, like Madam Hydra,
Right. Yeah.
got that long
Oh,
ass
OP
Daenerys
motherfucker.
Targaryen bullshit.
First of its kind.
Yeah,
Yeah, you know.
yeah. Genji, wielder of the longest pole,
That's right.
splitter of the seas,
Splitter of the seas.
Fucking
The worst part
Moses.
is like those would fit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Motherfucker did them.
Rider
Yeah.
of the clouds. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's easily the best action scene I think in the
Anime
series.
Jesus.
Probably. Yeah.
No, that's
what
definitely Goku. Is Anime Jesus.
Oh, it's fair enough.
As many times as he's come back to life.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same character.
Took him
It is
23
Goku.
days, though.
It did. Yeah. But he did it more often. So it makes
It's
up.
true.
I mean, it's all based off the same character.
Yeah, the OG character is Sun Wukong. Yeah.
Yeah, I will be honest. I missed what. Like, were they trying to get to that hidden city, or did they just end up there while that guy was
They were
chasing
trying to
him?
figure out who the fuck he was and get more info on the evil corporate thing.
I think actually, so where this starts is they went back to the headquarters after the events of the first episode, and then they were like, "We need to go after this guy, bring him back alive." They were chasing after him, and that's when all the sea splitting shenanigans happened.
Because he ran after Paper and them, and then he was like, "Oh, you're trying to get away on a boat and a submarine? No more water."
Yeah, and honestly.
No more water.
They kind of red herring to me with the little fucking mini Atlantis down there, because I was like, okay, well, you know, reasoning tells me there must be something cool here that they were trying to get to, but it was just a stage for the fight.
That is the cool thing. That
It's a cool stage. Cool fight stage.
It was a cool fight stage.
It was.
You know, this movie would make a cool fighting game.
It would make an
That's
interesting
like
fighting game.
90% of anime.
Fair enough.
I would look. Well, I don't think that the characters from this movie alone, but maybe like get them into like the Shonen Jump game.
Well, there's a possibility since there's a
Yeah.
show that branched off from this. I have not watched all of well, no, I have watched all of the show, but it was just about as long ago as I watched this movie, so I don't remember 90% of it.
I'm surprised they didn't make a sequel to that, to the Shonen Jump fighting game.
Oh,
Yeah.
that it didn't
I am
do
too,
well.
actually.
It didn't.
It didn't do well.
No.
I thought it did
It was a
okay.
pretty shit game too.
Oh, I knew it was a
Dude,
shit
all of
game,
them.
but I figured the weebs would have bought it anyway.
No,
They did.
I, mean,
I
they
forgot about
did,
that
but
game.
it just didn't.
Not like in
No.
droves, but they still
The
bought it.
studio, I think, got closed or something like that.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Something of that nature.
Yeah.
Yeah, where was this guy at when they sent Grasshopper dude? Like they just should have sent him from the beginning.
He was chilling here.
Like, no, let's
probably-
just
you know what probably
save him.
They're probably like, "Hey, we need you to do this." And he was like, "I am blah 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 blah." And they're like, "Oh fuck,
He was like, this is taking
just
too long.
never mind." And they just walked off
Fucking-
while he was still saying his name.
Grasshopper guy. Go.
Send Captain Grasshopper.
But no, this dude was sick as fuck. He had the Sun Wukong extending pole thing, which apparently was just technology they could make.
Yeah.
It
Did
let
they
power
explain
pole.
that?
No, they didn't explain shit.
Oh, okay.
It's the power pole. Come
It's
on.
anime.
Yeah, they never explained how Miss Deep, like how he was able to hit her with it.
Well, she still have to activate her ability.
Oh yeah.
So he
that's
basically was like, she phased through one of them,
How did
which she's done like 4 times, and then he just was like,
this
"Ha!"
this motherfucker deflected bullets with a stick?
true. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's a
Like
metal
he
stick.
was fast
It's
enough.
a metal stick.
He was still fast enough.
He also breathed fire.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that's where we were all like, oh fuck,
Like,
It was really fun to watch.
this
I love how
motherfucker
they did it.
At first we're like, okay,
this
he has
fucking
like
guy was
an
metal as
X-Men
fuck.
power set, you know, like maybe he's got like Domino's power. He's just lucky. Then it's like, oh no, he has the boys power set. This motherfucker's like, hyped up on
All
V.
the stuff.
Right.
And then he flies off on his fucking
Nimbus.
cloud. But then turns out his body just makes that shit.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's
So
how
why
he
did he just fly?
we got
He
the.
does.
Why did he need to surf on a
He
cloud?
does. He's using steam to fly, and it just makes it look like a cloud.
Brennan, listen, I'm not here to explain anime logic to you. So if
yeah,
you're gonna keep
I
asking
mean-
those kind of questions,
I mean, fair enough.
Yeah, my answer is going to slowly turn more and more to it's anime.
Anime. Yeah.
Same thing with the reason there's titty physics.
I mean,
how does
Oh,
Daredevil?
you're okay with that?
How does Daredevil fight crime? He's blind. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and explain this shit. So that's your chemical makeup of the compound that hit him in the eye.
I mean,
I'm not
these
doing
are
this.
important questions.
I am not doing this.
Important questions.
So how does the sand on white sands work?
I will explain that to you.
Shit.
No, you stop it. No,
So listen,
no,
one of the sons.
no.
I'm curious.
I'm putting some brakes on that right now because that's not stopping. 'cause
You
then
open
you'll
that
get
box.
him started, and then he'll get me started.
I want you to know that when we reviewed White Sand, I came here with a star chart.
He did.
I remember you showed me the
I'm
paper.
intrigued,
Yeah.
and I haven't even.
The White Sand episode was one of maybe 5 3-hour episodes out of the like.
That was 3 hours long.
Yes,
Yeah.
out of like
I
the
listened to it.
600 episodes.
Shitting me.
No, there was
Good
a lot.
fucking lord.
It was so long, and literally just the end was kind of like we peeled
Bro.
the Cosmere curtain back and just talked about some other things. Yeah,
Well, no, if you're a cosmonaut, you should definitely listen to that. It's such a fun one to listen to.
I liked
need
that
to-
episode a
Yeah,
lot.
that was a lot of fun.
I know that there's an
like, I
audio
wasn't-
version, but I want to actually.
You say you're not a virgin? What are we talking about? The
No, he
fuck
said
you
it's
say?
not an audio version.
There's
There
not an
actually
audio
kind of
version.
is
Of what?
of part of the White
There
Sands.
isn't. I'm saying there is an audio version. But
I was like, the
didn't wanna
podcast
listen
is
to it.
strictly audio until like 2 episodes ago. What are you talking about?
It's a graphic novel, though.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I want to see it.
Yeah, I would definitely recommend reading.
Plus,
it.
didn't you say it was like terrible
you're not gonna get the
audio
box.
like version?
No, I don't. know.
Oh no! Any audio that would be out there would be of the original shit and not the omnibus.
That's what I'm saying.
And yeah, that like number one, it's not canon. Number two, it's fucking
It's not
terrible.
canon. Is it that different that it's not canon?
Yeah, dude, there's a fucking boom box in one of the frames in the original.
That's fucking awesome.
I'm like, nope.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm cutting myself off
Oh,
because
I'm proud of you.
the floodgates. You
I
know
literally
you
turned
fucked
to
up.
Ace and was like, he has 3 more sentences.
I literally, I was over here still laughing from the Daredevil shit, and you immediately snapped me back to the table.
oh, I saw it.
And I was like, no, I will explain that. So there's organisms that live.
I will sit here and listen to it.
Where were we? Breathing fire? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And then this motherfucker just walks because, like, they get in a little inflatable boat and drive off after running through the city, which everyone's a little too okay with some dude just breathing fire.
Yeah, no one questions shit.
Yeah, I mean, don't think about it more.
I mean, she blocked bullets with some cards.
Paper, not cards. And no one saw that except for us. They were running past the
The
shit.
guy
ton of
that
people.
shot her. Tried to shoot
He's
her.
not alive.
So we talked about this before on part 1, but just to clarify, Paper's power. That's a fun thing to say.
Right?
Paper power.
Paper power. Her power.
Earth.
It's paper.
Wind.
is paper.
Fire. Paper.
She can not only manipulate paper, but she can also greatly increase the density of said
It's
paper.
got to be.
Got to be right.
She can control it almost entirely. She can't
She can
stretch it.
she can block lightsabers with a motherfucker.
That does happen.
with paper, yeah. So she can make it so dense.
With money. Money.
Yeah.
well, if we want to get technically correct with it, which is the best kind of correct, in order to make it block a lightsaber, the density wouldn't actually matter. She would actually have to make it vibrate, like the edges of the screen.
Maybe that's why.
So
Throwback.
So
Full
question
circle.
then, like, how? Because the debate amongst like comic nerds and Star Wars nerds was always how would a lightsaber fare against adamantium? Well, that got me thinking, how would a lightsaber fare against vibranium? Something that's always in motion.
Beskar.
Well, the thing about this is Mark Hamill's explanation to this was pretty dope. Was that in the MCU, a lightsaber wouldn't be able to cut vibranium or probably adamantium either. But in the Star Wars universe, it would be the other way around.
That is, yeah. That's the equivalent of like when someone asks me who will win
win in a
between.
fight? Whoever
yeah.
the fuck the writer wants to win.
Thank you for saying my words, Brendan. Goddamn, yes.
She took him out your mouth.
I will say, yeah. I mean,
That's a good answer,
the
though.
Yeah.
like the Old Republic swords that they block lightsabers with were vibranium, and like you have to cut them on. They actually vibrate at a frequency that lets them block the light.
That's cool.
Yeah.
The more you
I'm
know.
down.
I keep saying I need a the more you know button, but I keep forgetting to add one.
I think the only example of a vibroblade in the movies is actually in Solo. Paul Bettany's character has a little vibro knife.
We never see him
Oh,
again.
yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
He was great in that.
He was.
I'm pretty sure this just
Old
uses
stripe
anime
face.
physics.
Yeah.
It just was cool as hell.
Yeah, it was cool as fuck, and it's the main protagonist, so... I did really love this fight, too. In the beginning, I was like...
Yeah, you were making fun of it really hard, and I was like,
Well,
okay. Give
I
him
wasn't
a-
necessarily picking on it. I was just saying that it was very reminiscent of the Luke and Vader fight in Episode 5, which I really enjoyed.
That's fair, actually.
Even down to the point where, like, one of them cuts the steam open and it hits the other person, you know? Like,
Yeah.
clearly, whoever made this was a fan of that fight. And then as it kind of kept going, it started to be a little more reminiscent of, like, the Obi-Wan and Anakin fight. So it's kind of like... And that fight had not happened yet when
That's what I was
this
going to
came
say.
out.
Like, didn't this movie come
So-
out before that movie?
So, yeah, I mean, it was just very interesting. I mean, obviously, we're going to draw the Star Wars parallels because the fucking guy, make
Literally.
piss yourself guy, had a lightsaber.
Yeah.
He took lightning. And
He
was
also
like, no,
had
lightsaber.
Palpatine powers, you know?
Yeah, he definitely
I mean, he
took
was
out
pretty
all
much-
those helicopters, which you guys somehow missed the first watch
I
through.
don't know how the fuck that happened.
No, that was the most epic ass scene I've ever. Like, that was my favorite scene.
It was in episode
So-
1 when lightning and Sir Piss Your Pants
Yeah,
struck down at least 3 dozen helicopters with lightning, green
And then
lightning.
it's hard to choose between the
president
guy pissing himself
himself.
and then the piss being so glistening and sparkly.
Yeah, and Brandon has this weird thing about the piss in this show.
They're the one that made it that way.
Yeah, that piss was, like,
Right.
very sparkly.
See?
Like, the most sparkling water is not that sparkly.
Yeah, on the suit, because that guy had a pretty dark suit, if I remember, yeah. You shouldn't be able to
brown.
see the piss that clearly.
I don't
but
know
you
what the
can.
hell he was drinking. But damn.
I wonder if there's some kind of thing where it's like, you know how even in hentai, like they like can't show dicks. You know, I think it's maybe something like that where like they can't show the yellow pee for some reason. I don't know.
No, I don't think
Huh.
Or well, there got to be some reason why they made it fucking super sparkly like that.
It was clear. It was no
All the
yellow to
characters
it.
in this world put diamonds in everything they drink. It's
Maybe
the most baller thing you
Maybe
can
he
do.
was just that hydrated.
Yeah, shit.
He's that hydrated. It was
so.
no
All right,
yellow.
so we've jumped around a whole bunch, but
We keep coming back to the piss.
we do. I
things
think we
lead
should
back
go
to that.
over. I think we should go over the powers of the main group. There's only fucking 3 of them.
We talked about Agent Paper's powers
Yeah.
at length.
And then
Let's go with the man, motherfucking Brock. Brock.
I also keep wanting to call him Brock for some reason.
Why is that?
he looks like Eddie Brock.
No, it's because Brock Anderson. It's Arn Anderson's kid.
That's where that comes from.
It's
Yeah,
Brock
Brock
Anderson.
Anderson.
Yeah.
Mr. Anderson.
But Drake motherfucking Anderson.
Drake Anderson. Yeah, real American.
Yeah,
It's an American-ass name, too.
Fights for the rights of every man. He has America powers.
Fuck yeah.
I love that. That is actually his only power set is America.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He fights with all of the powers of America.
Technically, he has no powers, but I said the joke when we started this one again. I was like, all right, she's got paper powers. Miss Deep can, just go through shit, and he's got America powers. And they started laughing, and then it just fits.
His powers is fuck around, find out.
If you just put him in a Captain America suit, it works.
Yeah.
It looks like Steve Rogers.
Yeah, I mean, he does a bunch of Steve Rogers.
He's kind of
shit.
grumpy for Steve Rogers, but
I'd be grumpy too. Bro read his horoscope and said it was going to be a good day. And then he's like, oh, you got to go get be the support team for Agent
I was
Paper.
not expecting that.
How the fuck is that a good day?
Everybody's missiles or bullets of any kind in this are completely ineffective, as they usually are in either anime or kaiju movies.
Yeah, fair.
Except his.
Yeah.
Like, his bullets and shit, they fucking work. If he shoots you and you're not a main antagonist, you're dead.
Oh yeah.
And if you're some main antagonists, you
Yeah.
still die.
Yeah, he's got the fucking, that guy from Turkey, he got his powers.
Oh, dude, that dude's great.
Yeah, that's the most cool ass mysterious.
I'm not going over all that.
He's an assassin for sure.
He's got to be something.
Yeah.
He's got to be something.
Anything happens to that cat, dog, we are fucked.
Oh.
But and then of course the last one is Miss Deeps, who's
Nancy.
they chose that on purpose.
There's no way.
Her powers are being able to phase through stuff and her titties.
And
And the titties.
Those titties were tittying.
the titty.
Yeah.
I had to sit here
They had them on their own.
while the 3 of them just pinged off each other with those titties, and I'm just like,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Because Dylan certainly didn't make any titty jokes.
No.
This whole
Yeah,
movie.
It was
Dylan,
just us.
Dylan did not make a single boobly-breasted reference
Nope.
at any point during this.
No, not one.
You did.
I was gonna say I
You did.
I don't think I didn't, but
You
I
sure
couldn't
as
remember where I
fuck
did.
This guy.
Yeah.
I'm just referencing specifically the first time you see her like in her suit, and you guys spent like a
and it
minute
was, like,
going off about it.
Literally, her shit is doing.
So I'm just like,
Yeah, I mean, there's parts of her costume that won't move, but every time she even like swallows, them titties just go flying everywhere.
Yeah. It reminds me a lot of like
It's supposed to be a corset, but somehow.
reminds me a lot of Metal Gear Solid 5. There's a character called Quiet. And as soon as you get that character, it's just
That was cosplay bait.
titties,
but Ace, it's because she can't breathe. No, I'm not.
Yeah,
I heard
she
that
breathes through her
Fucking
skin.
Kojima had some fucking weird ass explanation for it.
So yeah, and that was just
And
I mean
Anime.
that's essentially what it is, you know.
Yeah, if Hideo Kojima thought it made sense, then
It's cosplay bait.
I don't think that's why they made it.
No, that's 100% why they made
No,
it.
I really don't think that's why. I'm pretty sure they made it because titties.
That's why.
That's
why.
not the same thing though.
How is that not the same thing?
Because you don't make something like that and then think, oh, people are going to cosplay this.
No, that's exactly why.
dude,
he makes something
Kojima
like
did not think that.
That was not Kojima's.
That was
I
this is going to
promise
sell
you.
stuff.
That's like saying that's why they invented like Power Girl. Like no, they was just trying to put some titties on the page.
I mean, that's semantics.
The fun fact about Power Girl, her titties did not start off that big, but the like the editors or whatever, they didn't want they weren't really paying that much attention to the character, and so the people working
Paying too
on
much attention to the titties.
yeah they weren't paying her that much attention,
Slowly.
and so over time they just kept making the titties a little bit bigger until the editors finally noticed,
Like,
and they're like, okay, wait a minute.
What are
That's
y'all doing?
hilarious.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So
That's
funny
great.
thing about funny thing, I have 2 instances of that sort of thing happening in anime. Not quite the same. One is One Piece actually. Over the entire course, 2 of the characters, their titties continue to get slightly
Is
bigger.
it the chick in the bikini?
You're gonna have to be more specific than that.
Well,
In the fire bikini.
You're also gonna have to be more specific.
Fucking
than
goddamn!
that. I have
know.
over 1,000 episodes in my
the
head. of this.
main she's like a main character, like the one that's
There are
always
2.
that's in a fire bikini.
I think at one point both. No, that's a different person. But anyway, you're probably talking about Nami. Yes, for both of them.
The redheads.
We saw a very source material accurate Nami at MemoCon.
Oh, I bet.
And I was like, Dylan,
I think I saw.
did you see the manga accuracy of that costume? I'm so
accuracy.
impressed.
I'm pretty sure I was just like, "What are you?" And I looked over and I was like, "I mean, yeah."
yeah.
But yeah, that, and then actually for My Hero, I want to say the anime increased her bust size a lot, actually. Or
Well,
one of the characters.
The important is, how is she in the live action?
She's a child.
oh,
Fuck.
ooh,
Because
Never mind.
This is a high school show.
You're talking about For My Hero.
Yeah.
No, I was talking about One Piece.
Oh,
I just was talking about.
and the
they're
actress-
also a child in that. They're teens.
Yeah, the actress
Are you
in
serious?
well, the actress in One Piece is an adult though.
No, yeah.
Yeah, but she does not have. I mean, they're not bad, but they're not. You know,
They're not anime physics.
there's actually her Instagram. She actually has her with like a shirt with the anime character on it. You know, and the titties are like in the same spot, and she's just like, what happened?
I say all that to say this. I hope that when they cast a live action Power Girl, they do a better job than when Marvel cast Captain Marvel. Do with that statement what you will.
Oh my god! Did Rob Liefeld ever? Draw Power Girl?
Oh my god! I couldn't imagine.
What he did
She
to
would just
Captain
be-
America.
She would just be titties with a head. if Rob Liefeld drew her.
Just a floating titty portrait.
Just with a window on top.
Yeah. She definitely wouldn't have any feet.
I'm pretty sure that this episode is a whole number percentage of all the uses of the word in the history
We
of
had
this
to make a
podcast.
tally like the fucking.
So first it was dick and nips, and now we're on.
Oh no!
I was wondering who was going to bring it up.
Yes.
We went.
Yes.
How far did we get? 52 minutes without
almost
talking about dick and nips.
I was losing my shit. I was losing my fucking
I've been
mind.
in the room. I could not breathe.
I know.
I was laughing at work when I listened to the part.
That was like a nice healthy bowl of dick and nips.
I really wish my brain had not made that connection because as soon as Kevin said dick and nips, like,
We were off to the races.
it was over. There was no that. I feel like we really had some great analysis before that, and then as soon as the words dick
But
and
he
nips,
didn't even realize what he said.
no.
No.
Until you're like dick and nips.
Yeah, my brain
That sounds like-
immediately. I felt it make the neurons like fire, and I was like, "Oh no!"
Oh no. To me, it sounded like some a brand of cereal.
Yeah, for me it was definitely like Milk Duds and Mike and Ike's.
Like,
Yeah,
a,
my
yeah, like,
God.
a, like a snack. Yeah.
You need to hand me some dick and nips over there. Yeah.
Yeah, yo, bro, you see they got a new flavor of dick and nips?
So, to bring this back around,
How you gonna do
away
that?
from, I'm just
You
going to
got a
hard
good
cut.
segue?
Okay.
I'm a hard cut off the dick and nips.
Smash cut.
No, we need
Yeah,
more
it's,
dick and nips.
when you pick a topic for the throwback, it's also your responsibility to keep the other hosts
I've been letting you guys have your
on
moments,
real.
and I'm like, all right, it's about time now.
on brand. Yeah.
That's good. Yeah.
We've gotten a sort of second episode run through.
Well, I think there was more after the fight, so they went back to. They're on a helicopter, a floating fortress.
How did they kill guy number 2 again?
Was it
Oh,
three?
somebody
They
threw.
didn't, actually.
Yeah, they didn't kill him.
Oh, that does bring up. I want to bring up a point again. Before we scoot on any further, can we bring up the fact that Agent Paper is very okay,
Yeah.
very okay with murdering people?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
She's just like, yeah, because they're
No,
like, hey,
because-
this time maybe keep him alive. And she just goes, oh shit,
You're getting away with that fucking book.
Yeah.
that's my bad.
Like,
So
book.
they beat him in the fight with a very clever combo, like team up of Miss Deep and Paper.
Mm-hmm. Miss Deep lets herself get stabbed by wearing Paper's coat.
Yeah. She gets stabbed by the Goku stick. And then that opens it up for Agent Paper to like fucking death by 1,000 cuts this guy.
Which would hurt like
Oh my god.
Oh my
And
god.
she covered his
That's
mouth
like
with
a hell.
paper so
Yeah,
he couldn't
and
breathe
one of his
fire.
eyes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
It's a bad
fireproof
time.
paper as well.
Interesting thing though, that foreshadows her living through the stab through the chest.
Yep.
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which I did note, and I enjoyed that. And then she also uses the paper to fuck up whatever
Like heart contraction
device
he had.
was on his
It makes
chest.
him like super strong or some shit.
Yeah, so like they actually didn't kill him. They kind of just took his powers away. He seemed like he was dying.
Wow.
But then we get like the actual like main antagonist, who's like the head of the Ijin.
So I believe, and it was kind of hard because we kept getting distracted and like chatting and laughing and stuff. But I was trying to pay a fair bit of attention onto it, and I think he was the author of the book series of the 2 books.
Yeah.
The paper ones.
Okay.
He is also the head dude.
Yeah,
Oh.
the Ijin.
Yeah. The
See, I did not know that.
And he actually threw that creepy little skull staff. He
Yeah,
has
that was pretty,
through old buddy's neck,
That was pretty
Yeah.
brutal.
that like just
That
hurt.
was
which broke the concentration on his level 9 control water spell.
Which yes, by the way, even after he got the shit kicked out of him, he still has the fucking parting the Red Sea
yeah, that
shit
dude
going
was.
I'm just gonna make a DM ruling on this right now. 5e rules. Each one of those pieces of paper, I think.
That's a dice roll. That's a dice roll.
I think they each do 1d4 damage.
This dude
it's like
has to
magic
have
missile.
Warcaster.
Yeah, he has to because I think
Even
each
then.
one of those pieces of paper is a roll, and he had to roll to keep concentration. His,
But
his,
anime.
D10
his constitution,
or DC 10.
yeah, his constitution
Well,
modifier.
we would have to play anime D&D.
Well,
Nah.
this guy was
just anime as well.
this guy was definitely a higher level.
Oh,
than-
this dude
yeah.
was like,
It's like level 30.
way up there.
Yeah,
If he cast that level 9 spell, I mean, he had to be.
that's true. That's true. And
And he
maintain
wasn't exhausted
concentration.
afterwards. He was just like,
Well, he was
all right,
dead.
cool, let's beat the ass. No, whenever he first casted it.
Oh,
For whatever
yeah,
reason,
yeah.
he couldn't take a damn
Yeah, the second
rod
he-
to the neck.
I mean,
I can't.
yeah, yeah, me neither.
I haven't
Can
tried.
Can you block bullets with a
have? Oh, yeah, I
metal pole? With a bow staff?
Haven't tried that either.
Well, I mean, I'm just
I believe in
saying,
you.
like, you know, Wolverine can survive getting shot in the face. I can't. But if you toss us into a volcano, the same thing happens.
Yeah.
I think he still survives.
I don't think so. I mean, because, like, the only thing that would live would be the adamantium.
Adamantium.
And
Because and also let's say that you want to go by the theory that he could regenerate from nothing like Deadpool.
All his atoms are
How?
gone.
Yeah. How would he? He can't get out of the volcano.
yeah, he would just regenerate and immediately, the lava would immediately incinerate whatever regenerated.
Faster than it regenerates. Because
So,
you
like,
that shit's not that fast.
So yeah, all that's going to happen is like someone could eventually pull a perfect adamantium
Right.
outline of a skeleton out of there.
And that's
And
not
But you
it.
know who would live through that? Drake Anderson.
Drake
Oh,
Anderson.
probably.
Goddamn
yeah.
right, he would.
Yeah, he'd be like, America.
You would just
Fuck
pan away
you.
from him for a little bit, and he'd show up again later, and be like, "Oh, that was hot."
All you got to do is throw a 6-pack
that
of
made me
Budweiser
sweat.
into the volcano,
God damn.
and you'll get like a Terminator.
My horoscope
like
did
the
not
hand.
tell me anything about me going into a fucking volcano today.
He would say some shit like that.
Yeah.
I just did that to circle it back because it was funny.
So it's like while they're debriefing them on this fight where they were supposed to keep the dude alive,
Which they didn't kill him.
they did not kill him. They end up finding out that this is where Miss Deep is a spy, and then like
Because
she's
they found out Nancy something was actually dead and died forever ago.
she was just in
Normally, I can see you do that. That scared the fuck out of me.
I saw it coming.
I mean, Kevin Spacey's voice is,
That's true.
disturbing.
It should worry people.
Scary shit.
I think it's because I saw you guys look at both look at him because he started to move, so I was like, "What the fuck's happening?" And then noise.
But that's kind of their dun 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 moment
Yeah.
of the end of the second episode is finding out that and this wasn't all that shocking. It's like, oh, the super spy is a double
Black Widow.
agent. It's Black Widow, exactly.
Which actually, there are at least 2 instances where that's foreshadowed. Both of which, though, are hidden inside of the English dude getting reports by the ditzy secretary lady.
The blonde headed.
Yeah. Who I'm not even sure if she's actually a secretary. She might just be a tea go-getter. And like, she might just be a gopher.
Kathleen Kennedy.
Yeah. Well, come on. She shows a purpose in this.
Oh, that's true. Well, Kathleen Kennedy got George Lucas's coffee for years.
Well, that's true. I mean, he needed that coffee to,
That's true. Kept him awake.
Important. The
Whatever
coffee's
this lady's
important,
name is,
man.
though, she also brought like paperwork and stuff. And she even like muscled her way through other interns to get to the dude to give him more papers.
I didn't mean to insult her by comparing her to Kathleen Kennedy. I'm sorry.
That was
pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
But
Just like comparing that one kid to Damien.
Apparently, I need a Snickers.
I'm out of Reese's, I'm sorry.
Oh, damn it.
Fuck.
There are racists anyways. Inside joke. So
That was a racist fucking Reese's.
That was. I'm not explaining it. You guys can just wonder about that forever.
yeah, do with that information what you guys will. Fill in the blanks if you want.
But around that time, I think is whenever what I'm gonna call the Beethoven apocalypse starts happening.
The Beethoven apocalypse.
Yeah, the Beethoven apocalypse.
Apocalypse.
I thought it was just score.
Also,
and
can we
then
talk
it
about the
ended
fact
up-
that poor random fisherman?
Oh yeah. I mean, it's like DMX say. You know who gonna find you? Some old man fishing.
So I've never heard that sentence said like that, but that makes a lot of good sense. That's a good threat.
Yeah.
But what I'm referencing to while Caleb's alive.
I'm glad I finished my synopses before you said that. 'Cause
I think this is at the start of the third episode. It really blurred together. But we come to this random fisherman dude. This big dude's just chilling, night fishing for some reason. I don't know how successful night fishing is. I feel like it's not.
Well, he found something.
Oh, we found something.
He got a catch.
But he's listening to some radio, and then you see like the top of some kind of symbol start to come out in the water, and his radio starts getting messed up because there's an antenna showing up behind him.
the reaction in the room too, we were all like, "Oh fuck!"
Yeah.
I actually thought it
Whales.
was gonna be like a beam cannon, like it was gonna shoot up out the water and just vaporize it.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
But no, you get like a top-down view, and then essentially a small city is coming out the water underneath this dude's tiny boat.
Because every supervillain got a mega cannon,
Right.
you know?
Oh yeah.
Well, is it bad that when this scene first started happening, I knew I was getting old at this point because my immediate thought was, look at all that taxpayer dollars going to this.
I don't think a single taxpayer dollar into that.
What the fuck?
You'd be surprised.
I would probably be, but this one in particular, I don't know if it did.
Okay.
I don't even know where this was. I know they said where this was. I think they said it was like near Hawaii.
So you think they gotta survive?
No.
No, you saw the boat go upside down.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, no, that dude is gone.
And just for the record, Brendan, the microphone is right there. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, it's not really.
Can we camera talk like that?
I was waiting so y'all can
Well,
y'all can see each other.
because
They don't want to hear what I have to say.
No, they do.
That's why you're here.
I have to keep remembering to kind of like stay ish close to it because I like to look at somebody while I'm
Yeah,
talking,
right.
so I keep looking at you.
Well, that's why I was like back here, so y'all can.
You can do that, but you can't speak from back there.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, it turns out there's a big ass fucking city that's been underwater this whole time.
The whole time.
Under the sea.
Oh, no, does he?
Hey.
And they have to infiltrate this thing, right? Which, come to think of it, hold up, this place had full on lasers that could destroy ships on it.
Yeah.
Freaking laser.
So they
beams.
100% just let Agent Paper get onto this place
I mean,
because they could have activated that at any time. I think she didn't even have the book.
well, no, they shot down the fucking helicopter that they came
Oh, yeah.
in.
Yeah, but not with that. They
But
just
Drake Anderson was
they just
on
kind
it.
of like
Yeah.
sort of that. You know what? That's
Yeah,
why.
yeah.
That's why.
Yep.
Well, yeah, they shot that shit down. They didn't know that Drake motherfucking Anderson was on that.
This is also the only scene other than
Y'all
the
learned
other
today.
helicopter scene with Drake Anderson in it that Agent Paper comes out of an explosion fine, but you don't see her cocoon in paper. It's because Drake Anderson's there.
Yeah, Drake motherfucking Anderson.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's clearly the tank of the group.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
You have your DPS, which is Agent Paper, and and then you have your fucking stealth. You got your rogue, which is motherfucking Miss Deep, and then Drake motherfucking Anderson is the tank.
Right. That's true.
Goddamn fighter barbarian.
No, he's clearly gunslinger.
Oh.
He was a gunslinger.
Or
going into this,
artillery
specialist artificer.
Artificer,
We really don't ever see him like build anything.
Yeah, the most we see him do is load up that fucking grenade launcher he was packing.
Yeah. That he was.
Yep.
Yeah.
We do see him manhandle a giant fucking weird beetle thing.
Yeah.
And also, he manhandled that damn giant paper airplane.
That he did.
Episode 1.
It should have been a crane.
Why?
Damn,
Why?
man.
Yeah,
I knew you were gonna bring that shit up.
What?
Listen. If you're listening to this, watching this, let us know in the comments if you think that it's racist that Brendan here believes that if a Japanese character makes a paper airplane, that it should be an origami crane.
If you're gonna make an
let us know in the comments.
Let us know
if you think that's racist.
Folded airplane, that's just kind of boring. Like
it's a be giant creative. Piece together air. What do you mean be creative? You needed something that functions.
I thought the paper airplane was dope as fuck.
Yeah. It was funny for a second. You were like, "Oh wow, they're gonna do a fucking paper airplane."
Yeah, exactly. It's functional, Brendan.
I gotta say,
I'm sick of shit.
That this was funnier subbed. Yeah. The Japanese was definitely a little more lighthearted and funny, which is typical, right?
Yeah.
Than the English dub, which was a lot more serious. They added the word bitch a lot, you know?
Like Scary Terry.
An interesting point on that. I actually think
that's great.
That part of the reason that the whole subbed versus dubbed thing has died off is I feel like legitimately English dubbing has gotten better.
Oh, yeah. I mean, because, they got, Chris Sabat now, you know? Whereas, I don't know who any of these people... I will say...
I didn't think it was that bad.
I was just going to say that. I thought the dub was going to be fucking cringe. I thought it was going to be terrible, but I didn't mind it.
I thought it was going to be fucking horrible.
I need to show you the 100% accepted worst dubbed anime.
Yeah, you told me about it at one point, and I looked it up. Yeah, it's pretty bad. The Ocean dub of DBZ is also real fucking terrible.
I don't think I've seen that.
No, I don't think the acting for dubbing wise was bad. It's just whoever writes it.
Right.
They've accepted less shit, I think, these days.
Also, voice actors, especially in America, I feel like voice actors in Japan have always, been kind of revered. But
a little more, at least.
But voice actors in America now have a lot more going for them, especially because,
animation has gotten a lot more respect.
Not only that, but also, there's that, but also, a lot of people that do the voice acting for anime and stuff like that, they also do video games.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, there's a lot of that out there. And then you also have a lot of, major A-list Hollywood actors like J.K. Simmons or Mark Hamill that also do voice work.
I think I just
Chris
recently...
Pratt.
Oh, Jesus.
No, I didn't include him, actually.
I think I just recently saw that the voice actors might be going on strike.
The video game voice actors are on strike.
Okay.
I heard about that.
Yeah.
Good on, first off.
Because they're trying to do the whole AI thing of sign over your AI likeness and shit.
I'm not going to get into the AI debate on this one. That's going to be a huge rabbit hole. But
there
was a debate.
No. I'm just about going down the rabbit hole of talking about it.
Gotcha.
I wouldn't be debating it because that would mean that I'm on the other end. But anyway,
I was gonna say last time there was a SAG-AFTRA strike, we did a whole fucking episode about it.
Yeah, we did. And then it ended. Coincidence? I think not. And so is the episode. Go check it out.
Why is that one always so much louder?
What
The button.
The X-Files button?
Because S-Files.
It's a mystery. We just cut it off. Nope.
But
what do the rest of those buttons do?
None of you guys. That's why the soundboard is over here.
that's actually why I'm also sitting here. It was to distance you further from it. It was an active choice.
The only one that I know what 100% what it does is that blue button. Because that's the wrong button.
Which blue button? No, there's two blue buttons there.
That's actually fair. One of those.
Brendan, say anything.
Anything.
That's my favorite button. I waited forever for that button.
But so after Drake motherfucking Anderson saves them from blowing up, he does not save the pilot though. He's not perfect.
Well, you know.
Well, I mean, the pilot had served his purpose.
Yeah, that's true.
He had delivered them to the mission.
He did.
I love how like the helicopter crashes, and then like we stay with the helicopter to the very end. Like we don't just see it crash and like hit something else, and then it explodes. Like we know he's dead.
He at least deserved that.
Specifically says it.
He deserved at least that.
They wanted
15 minutes of fame.
Yeah, they wanted to make sure that we knew that no one on this helicopter was alive
Like,
under any circumstances.
And then you
Ain't
just
no
hear Drake
question.
be like, "We're good."
Right. Couldn't get the pilot though.
Yeah, Drake, Drake motherfucking Anderson. His guard ability only has one target.
Right.
Unless Miss Deep's there, and then they can go.
Yeah. She can take care of herself though.
That's true
Yeah.
actually.
She's got evasion.
So they start like trying to search this whole ass city, and I want to say they don't even have a map. They're just like wandering around because later on he asks for a map very angrily.
No, he doesn't ask for a map. He asks for a location map.
yeah.
Yeah, it's very specific.
Yeah.
I need a location map.
What?
And then he just like, I think this might be more Drake Anderson powers. He just reaches into his beanie and pulls down like an eye thing. Just like a bit of metal goes over his eye.
Yeah.
Just anime.
That's still a little weird for anime. Normally, you at least see some stuff like that beforehand. You saw nothing like that off of him. He had just normal guns, normal tech, and then just like, all right, we're good.
Yeah.
I have an overlay.
Part of his,
Well, see,
part
no,
of his gear set.
what it is it's kind of like Spider-Man or whatever. It's like that actually makes his aim worse. There's too much input.
a
He's got to
handicap.
limit the input so he can focus his America powers.
Got you.
Because otherwise, like, he just can't help but shoot everything.
Does that mean that he actually was the one who created the location map?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was,
The map of location.
believe it or not, it's quicker to say location map than to say, hand me the Drake motherfucking Anderson specifically made map.
That's actually valid.
Yeah, he put that thing on and just generated it with his echolocation.
Right.
America.
America. Fuck yeah.
He just kept mumbling America
Yeah.
the entire time.
Gonna save the motherfucking day, yeah.
Oddly enough, so I'm obviously the only person that had seen this in the past.
You don't know that.
Fair enough.
You don't know. I could have been just watching this nonstop.
I don't think until I bought this DVD, I was not sure you could find this in English dub. So
You don't know. I could
legitimately
run-
don't think we could find.
I
this.
would bet money.
I could watch subtitles.
Uh-huh.
Physically, yes.
Well, I know what I'm picking for my next movie. I'm going to pick Apocalyptica. There's not a single word of English in that fucking movie.
Oh shit.
But
God damn.
the interesting thing is, I specifically remember a scene where Drake Anderson is like hurt, like in the kidney area, but I did not see that in this. And it was around the same time
Mandela effect.
It was around the same time, and I think I just ended up laughing for part of it. But it's around the same time that Agent Paper lightly mugs him for his money.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That movie 2006. Not old enough. Boom.
Sorry.
But yeah, it's where she just like takes his wad of cash and
Yeah.
just keeps on him.
I mean, because that's Drake motherfucking Anderson. Of course, he got that paper on him.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
I mean, Paperboy.
Paper boy.
Paperboy. All about that
Paper
Paperboy.
boy. Come on. Yeah.
But here's where when she grabs that, she actually ends up trying to fight Lightning Piss Man.
His name gets more funny every time.
Sir Lightning. Pisser of draws.
Pissy Raiden.
Maker of sabers.
Yeah, and then so this entire time he just like wielded electricity to do like, I guess, electromagnetic shit. I don't really know exactly how that's just supposed to work. He
Anime.
catches bullets.
Oh, he was a Shockmaster.
Oh, not the Shockmaster.
But
Master.
this is the first time you see him just like grab something and then lightsaber.
Yeah, that was interesting.
And he just goes like, and I'm a samurai. Like, Well, we kind of guessed that. You look like a samurai.
Yeah, yeah.
Samurai the whole time.
Yeah, it's kind of like being the king. Nobody who's a samurai has to yell, "I am a samurai."
Right. The only exception would be Samurai Jack
missed
because
that
I
part.
think that may have truly been his name.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
This is a slight side thing. I actually believe the fan theory that is Professor X.
I don't know if I ever really care for that theory that much, because like he clearly didn't care about his daughters that much that he never fucking mentioned them.
What if they did? Well, also, how much talking does he do?
Samurai Jack?
Yeah,
Aku, I have come for you.
that's about it.
Yeah.
I need to go back and rewatch that.
Maybe he's a Charles Xavier variant.
Oh, okay. I can see that.
Yeah. There's the alternate universe where he's a samurai.
Yeah. Badass samurai. For sure.
But,
Makes sense.
You know who I didn't expect to be able to use the sword at all? Fucking Agent Paper.
By the way, I am glad that this fight scene actually avoided a trope that I was afraid I might see, which is the trope of the character that knows nothing about a certain discipline all of a sudden fucking masters it,
Right.
just because it needs to happen.
Force Awakens.
You got something you good over
Yeah,
there?
just some stuff going around.
Is your drink out?
Stuff
I mean,
going around.
I
Okay.
am recovering. So I
Yeah,
can get you.
yeah. There's a little round of the vid going around. Maybe
Okay.
I,
Did
Haven't opened
the
your,
force of
Mountain
that
Dew yet.
vid
Might
awaken within you?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think so. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Kind of came on real all of a
Don't make me laugh
sudden.
too hard. I'll
Gotcha.
start coughing. That's not a joke.
But yeah, like this fight scene really could have just evolved into her having a Hail Mary moment where the plot armor just saves her and she becomes just fucking BA badass.
sword.
Yeah, at besting him at his own craft.
That trope we hate where the protagonist just decides that they are now a badass.
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
don't get me wrong. Agent Paper is kind of a badass.
She is.
And she never forgot that fact.
Oh yeah, no, but
It's just her
Not in
priorities.
that way, though.
but yeah, but like this is not her discipline or whatever. Hold on, we got a little ASMR coming for you.
Uh-oh. Hey.
I'm going to be honest. I don't know why, but it really bugs me that you opened that backwards.
I noticed that too.
You open it backwards? What do you mean?
You talking about that I don't do that?
Yeah.
I've never done that.
How do you do it? I missed it.
The thumb.
He did thumb forwards, not
Yeah.
fingers backwards.
Yeah, I don't do it that way. I've never opened a single.
Interesting.
I've never
Okay,
opened a
okay.
single
Which,
drink like
I've
that.
got,
I
I've
wouldn't
got
like
long
this.
ass nails, but even I, just
I just do that.
I'm not mad at the
The
thumb
one finger?
technique though.
Yeah, no,
it's not like wrong, but like
No,
I
that's
saw
wrong.
it and I was just like,
Oh, that's wrong.
I've never opened a drink like that ever.
while I'm on stuff that you do that mildly just
That would
breaks
be
my
odd-
brain,
odd,
the
too,
way you
doing it
drink
like that.
sometimes just
To the
kills
side
me.
of my mouth.
Yeah. Anyway,
So I can see it now. 10 minutes later. Also, I hate the way that you. I hate the way
you
that you.
fucking
I hate the way that you
breathe.
dress. I hate the way that you breathe. I hate the way that you talk.
I like your haircut.
the frequency at which you blink just
Yeah.
no. But I do like that Agent Paper didn't, like you said, didn't just immediately become, oh, I'm a fucking samurai person. She doesn't even use the wad of cash as a sword at first. She's just got it as like a pipe, basically, that she's somehow, I guess vibrating to stop the fucking lightsaber. And then Piss Pants Lightsaber Bro pulls out a fucking second one, because I guess more swords always
I didn't
means
even
better.
see him pull out
Right.
the second one. He just had it.
He just,
Yeah, he just
Pulled it out of his ass.
Just manifested it. Yeah.
And Agent Paper's honestly kind of losing.
Oh,
Kind
yeah.
of hard.
She's on the retreat.
Yeah. But he does the stereotypical anime villain shit where he's just like, all right, well, I've got this, so I'm just going to play around
I'm
with
just gonna.
it.
Yeah.
Until she's like, oh, wait, I have paper powers. That's right. Let me make this pipe into a blade that's sharper than anything that matters, because she can just do that and just, like, cut a whole fucking walkway down. Which,
Yeah.
honestly, that walkway was not very structurally stable. I'll be honest.
It
was
wasn't. I
It was
will.
just straight across.
I will say this: I am pleasantly surprised at this evil base structure. They had more guard rails than I expected.
Right.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, usually, like, that kind of thing doesn't exist.
No.
Maybe it's because it's anime.
They don't have OSHA
Maybe.
on fucking the Death Star.
Right. But I do love when she cut down the structure that he was walking on because he was just so careless.
Oh yeah, the fucking physics behind
The
that.
physics on that staircase.
But it does. They don't explain it, but they show you later on when he's running like all sideways and upside down. You see like electricity at his boot, and not his boots, but his little wooden clogs.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, he's using like bullshit magnetism shit to like stay on. So he was just like, he saw her do it, activated that shit, and was just like, man, fuck you.
Some bullshit.
He was just so unbothered. He was too unbothered for physics to affect him. It was great.
Pretty much.
I need to be that unbothered where physics don't even.
I don't think I need to be that unbothered. That's dangerous. But
I am not unbothered.
Back to your point though, where she wins this fight not in sword mode. Mm-hmm. The dude cuts the sword and he's just like, you're not a swords person. You're not a swordsman. You're not a swordswoman. And she just, you're right. Grabs one of the dollars and just fucking the floating parts of money just fucking paper cut him to death again. Well,
some gangster
doesn't
shit.
actually kill him.
You're right, but
she breaks his
battle.
machine,
and
that just kind of like, I guess, paralyzes him a little bit. I don't know exactly.
Fucked him up pretty
he just
good.
Like stands there and just like.
Yeah, I guess he's stunned.
And then she
I was
liquid
wondering why he
nitrogen
was just
him
kind of
because
standing there.
she somehow knew that liquid nitrogen was above.
Somehow, well, she knew something was in there, and it probably wouldn't be good to the human skin.
That's valid.
There was a very long period of time where I feel like he could have got the fuck out of the way.
Yeah,
That's why I said
he
I
was just
think
kinda-
the box breaking somehow paralyzed
Maybe
him
he
slightly.
didn't think it was going to harm him.
He might not have.
Maybe
Maybe he was too unbothered.
Because I thought it was originally going to be like
water.
water or something.
yeah, he was just too
It was
unbothered.
liquid, all right.
And then he got T1000.
He got fatality.
He did give fatality.
Sure.
He really did. And then he got the anime cut where he's like the top of his head.
Oh yeah,
Which,
that's important.
admittedly, while cool, doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense because she didn't cut him again after he got frozen.
Yeah,
I thought that was just him breaking apart.
Yeah, but why would you break apart by like a perfect slit right here first,
Anime.
and then just?
Anime.
You can try to use that against me, but that don't work. Not in this instance.
Because he's Batman.
We even tried that one whenever we did the Ruby one. We were like, because he's Batman, nah, it still don't work.
Yeah,
Because he's anime Batman.
Nah,
Well,
still-
because
that's
he's
still
Batman,
work.
actually would cover a wide variety of things.
You would think, but it didn't this time. You should go watch that
Yeah.
movie.
Well, fuck
or
Damien.
not.
Both of them.
I'm okay.
I'm still glad Damien got that haircut.
Your review is a cautionary tale as to why I should not watch this.
You know what's weird? I think I put all of my feelings about the second one in a box because every time I think back about it, I'm like, man, I was really angry.
yeah, you were.
But
It's funny. This podcast stirs out of people.
I also don't want to go watch it again. But
I have not broken yet.
I'll find something.
so after this,
Have
this
we already talked
before-
about Deep versus Deep?
that's what I'm getting to. Was this before or after
that porn?
she had like the kiss activated on her neck?
So
Is that a porn?
she did the one kiss when the first kiss was when she dropped off the plane at the end of episode 2. Like the last thing that happened.
Like she, whenever the Deep was like,
It was some
"Aha,
kind of
I'm
tracking?
actually a spy thing." It was a tracking thing. Hold on.
Yeah.
I was actually a spy thing, and in episode 2, they were making the jokes of one of the scenes between the Miss Deep and Agent Paper was oddly sexualized.
Yeah.
Which admittedly, every part about Miss Deep is oddly sexualized.
Yeah.
Even her name.
Yeah.
Yes.
All of the sexual tension was just
right there.
like folded up into a nice little box. Her box.
But whenever she is outed as the spy and told to return back to the main base, she holds Agent Paper hostage and then kisses her on the neck. And I forgot about what it did, and even I was like,
Definitely did
"Damn,
something to
what the
Agent
fuck?"
Paper.
But it does later. So later on, I think it's around where we're at on the recap, sort of, as muddy as this recap has been.
What do you mean?
Hey, my recap of part 2 was excellent.
It's true. It's true.
After that, we kind of were like,
Yeah, all over the place.
finale.
Unless Brendan was gonna recap part 3.
Oh,
He doesn't even know what the kiss did. He said it was a tracking device.
Well, also
The grasshopper dude hit a button, and it activated a sound wave into the whatever her lipstick was to absorb into her skin and knock her out.
okay, yeah. It's also said
Same thing, right?
Yeah, same
Same
thing,
thing.
right?
Yeah.
Tracking, sedative,
Come on.
sound waves.
It's pretty cool.
I
either way.
legitimately don't remember exactly
Interesting.
where it was placed. I want to say it was around here because they ended up getting separated. And
The kiss was activated before the fight with
Yeah, that was
Lightning Pissman.
They were still on the outside.
was it before? No, because they were still together with the at the start of Lightning Man because she had to get the money off of him. I think it was right after the fight
Okay.
that the grasshopper dude shows up. He eats Drake Anderson off the edge because he thinks that's going to take care of him. And then activates the drug on Agent Paper and starts running off.
Okay, that might be
And then-
what happened.
No, I thought that they never even entered the building. I thought they were still outside when the activation happened.
They were still fighting outside whenever Pissbro showed up.
I thought they were inside during the fight.
They were like on scaffolding and stuff. I don't think they were inside.
Okay, that'd be where my confusion was at.
I think. I'm like fairly sure. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I think I'm remembering it out of order then because I thought that they trapped her in the room
In the sex dungeon.
in the underwater. Well, you could toggle it underwater or not.
half full, half empty.
Yeah, the glass is half full sex dungeon.
Yeah.
But the only reason I think it happened in this order is because when she gets drugged, Drake is gone for a while.
Yeah,
And if he was there, he would have ended up probably saving her from the water tank thing. Because he's Drake motherfucking Anderson.
that's true.
First of his kind. Leader of Americans.
First in his line. But he was busy saving himself.
Yeah,
And getting proper, drama set up.
He was being attacked by
I was gonna say he's
bad
fighting a
beetle
giant fucking beetle.
it was a big bad beetle. I don't know if it was a Borg.
It could have been.
And
It had screws in
whenever-
it. That means it's bored.
This is technically out of order of what you see, but I think timeline-wise it happens around the same time. So she's up in this, she's getting tied to this half-filled water tank thing, and you find out that Nancy is actually lovers with the weird, creepy author dude who has the staff with the skull on it,
Yeah,
which is also a lighter.
yeah.
Because he hits a button and the mouth opens and just lights some paper on fire, and then he throws it in her suitcase thing to light all that on fire. Which, admittedly, this show is one of the few shows that, except for Drake Anderson, no one underestimates the good guys that much.
Yeah, agreed.
They're
Yeah,
just like, oh look, let's get rid of all the fucking paper you have access to.
yeah. They
They
do
miss a
tend,
piece, but
yeah, they do tend to underestimate Drake motherfucking Anderson.
yeah,
They're like, oh, it's just some white boy.
it's just an American, whatever. No, he's the American.
Yeah,
At this point, I want to cosplay Jake motherfucker Anderson.
yeah. Fucking
You have to get some blonde
Hulk
hair.
Hogan, Steve Rogers,
Right.
fucking Drake Anderson.
Yeah. All rolled up into one. Yeah.
While she's getting, while she's finding out that Nancy was actually lovers with him, that they cloned Nancy, and then clone Nancy stabs Nancy in the chest with her hand.
She reaches behind, does a Dragon Ball Z.
Stabs, yeah.
Yeah.
But again, we've already kind of given spoilers that she lives through this, and that foreshadowing from before, she got stabbed in the chest again. And,
how does she
oh no,
fucking
she
live
lived
through all
through that
this?
shit because she can phase through stuff.
If it doesn't heal shit, she's still got fucking reach through.
We don't actually know if that heals her or not. I don't think it does, but
There was a lot of blood.
there was a lot of blood.
Anime.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean, so let's say that someone phases in you and takes your heart and puts it over here. You know what I mean? If you can also phase, can you just go inside and
Maybe.
put it back? You know?
I don't know.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Just
But-
very carefully just click that shit back into
Yeah.
place.
Yeah.
Just keep that phase activated for a second while your body's disconnected.
And while your heart is out of your body, can you make your blood phase through the hole that's there and into the next blood vessel?
That's it. It's like in Doctor Strange 1 when he's performing surgery on himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Yeah.
Nancy steps on Nancy, and then Nancy goes through the ground, and they say, "Oh, she's gonna drown now," and I was like, "That's probably not happening."
Yeah.
All right.
There's got to be some Rule 34 for this.
Oh, for sure.
The movie itself is Rule 34.
It's borderline Rule 34
not quite.
anyway.
No.
It's.
I mean, there's Rule 34
itchy at
in
best.
the fucking intro. The naked lady.
That's true. I also like how the intro is like
vaguely-
completely filled with shit that's not in the show.
Right.
I actually don't hate that
No, I think it's good.
I hate
yeah,
that.
yeah.
No, I hate that.
because a lot of the times, even in anime, you get spoiled by
Yep.
the intro,
Yeah.
at least partly, and I hate that shit.
It's kind of a thing for Rick and Morty, right? Where it's
Yeah.
just like
Yeah.
when you see that season's intro, you're like, oh, I wonder when we're gonna get that. I wonder when we're gonna get that.
And that's the neat part. You don't.
Yeah, they've still never
That's a
the
gag,
big
though.
monster at the end. They've
Yeah.
still never come across that.
Oh,
fucking
Right.
thing.
You're right.
But that whole show is a gag. That's expected. This is not.
I'm pulling a bit, Morty.
You're a gag, Brendan. Ooh.
Ooh.
Don't you have like a boom?
We do
Oh,
need.
yeah.
We actually need a button for just. Ooh.
That'd be good.
We do. Yeah. That would be cool.
We need that before we rank the MCU, so we can. Yeah, that works.
Also
yeah.
really loud.
That one was loud as fuck. Yeah.
I'm surprised I
But-
haven't gotten that before.
Drake is fighting, like, while this is happening, Drake is fighting this big ass. You were looking real hard. Are you okay?
What? No, I'm just.
Okay.
I'm here.
You just stopped
Just-
and were looking real hard over there.
Just dissociating.
Okay. Do it that way. But Drake's fighting this big ass fucking beetle. And this beetle's got like the admittedly stereotypical anime thing where something is bigger and stronger, they just have screws in them. They don't really make much sense. Just screw heads sticking out. But
Because it looks cool.
this, I mean, it kind of does. This is the one instance where Drake motherfucking Anderson shows his powers. Because he's like getting held up against a wall by this thing. And like his bullets actually start to work on the grasshopper dude that's sitting on top of it, but then he like does his weird phase change thing when he dies.
I like the whole like where they kind of built this guy up and then fucking motherfucking Drake Anderson just shoots him.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Just shoots him right there. Like he blocks like two of the shots, but then he's like, "Oh, hold up. I forgot to put like the American rounds in. Let me God."
So he Indiana Jones him.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I thought of. The Indiana Jones where the dude's got the fucking
Fucking sword.
scimitar and he's like, ah, and then he's just like,
Bam. I gotta take a shit. Yeah.
I ain't time for this shit.
But Drake Anderson fucking rips off one of the two like
Mandibles.
mandible things,
Yeah.
and then stabs it with it.
Yeah, some barbarian
He's
shit.
like, oh shit, my bullets don't work on this.
Telling you,
You might work on
barbarian.
this.
Motherfucking
It
barbarian.
was some barbarian shit.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes.
And then he climbs all the way back up and gets Agent Paper's like communication thing. And this entire time, the United States president, which I'm pretty sure that's who that is supposed to be, is like pissing himself a bunch.
Not literally in this case.
No.
Not
No.
in this instance,
Yeah,
but
I
he
was
had
gonna say,
pissed himself
there's-
twice because
there's a lot
his
of
pants
piss in this
bro
movie.
was on the scene before or after him.
That's true.
And he like tried to, I think around here, he tried to nuke the whole area, and his own people like Mr. President him from himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That dude did not need those codes, by the way. He was not a good president. Whoever this dude is, not good at his job.
Well, this did come out in 2003, and so yeah,
Okay, well,
that tracks.
Yeah, they're just taking
damn.
cues. Yeah.
but
I like tacos. Hey.
but
God damn.
I was not expecting.
to scene change back.
Fool me once, can't get fooled again.
Oh man,
We got an old saying where I'm from.
Agent Paper is currently in the water tank thing, and it starts to fill up because the dude bro is like, all right, cool. Well, old bitch Nancy is dead. New
old bitch.
Nancy-
Yes. The new hotness.
They look
Old and
identical.
busted.
Old
I like when
busted.
she died. She just like floated up, and it was just her boobs.
That was like way after this. We
This
weren't
is
even there
way
yet.
later.
You know,
Like we just said, the one dude died, or the old
Sorry,
one died and
spoilers.
fell through forwards. Not spoilers. It's just like he's jumping real far. And then we find out that the reason Agent Paper gets out of this is that her braids that were put in were made of paper,
Yeah.
and the OG Nancy put them in there. I also love that we never use her proper name because they find out that Nancy's not her name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
but they
Agent
just
Pepper's
keep calling
like
her
Nancy.
Nancy. They don't even call her Miss Deep anymore after that.
So-
it's just Nancy.
Did they ever say like what her actual name was?
I think they say it like once,
Do you
but I'm
remember
not
what it
sure.
was?
No, I don't. I don't remember Agent Paper's name. Why do you think I keep saying Agent Paper?
I believe they say it twice actually, but I also
It's like
still don't remember.
Yamako? Or?
Yeah,
Yumiko?
Yamako. Yeah.
I don't know. But no, that's Agent Papers though. I don't know what Nancy's is. But she manages to get out of her bonds with the paper from there, which Brendan was like, "That's paper," and I was like, "Yeah, that was paper the entire time." They actually foreshadow it because she had two braids, and
You would
Nancy
think when they
breaks-
tied it, they would have ripped. You know.
No.
Just do it carefully.
First on paper's actually fairly resilient if you do it right.
Yeah, I actually really loved that was in there. Like, we've talked about this at length. Thing about a good twist is, like, when it gets revealed, you have to be like, oh, it all makes sense.
When they twisted the paper onto her hair.
I don't think you get that.
What do you mean?
Well, Ace didn't press the button, so.
No.
What button?
Bruh, are you... Am I high or are you high? Because...
I think you just started hearing Brendan say some shit.
He
I
just
think I
tunes
just-
me out. Anytime I just start talking, he's just like,
Yeah.
I knew it's full of
I couldn't
bullshit.
tell you I couldn't tell you a goddamn thing Brendan just said. So you just tell me what button I need
If
to
you
press.
can tell me anything that I've said this whole time.
Me and Brendan were actually having a reasonable discussion about the subject matter.
Oh
Legitimately.
shit!
Yeah.
Wow, really?
Yeah, we
Until Brendan
legitimately...
said some shit.
Oh,
Like he
I'll be
changed
damned.
partway through.
Anyway, it's too late now.
Yep.
It's
gone now.
It is a twist.
Literally.
But while I agree that the third act does have more tropes in it than the rest of the parts, to an extent, the other ones were just tropes that you don't really see as much anymore. And there were
I
not
agree.
as many of them in there as well. But I do also like that they avoided some specific tropes in the third act.
What?
Me too. We already talked about like the one that would have really pissed us off, where it's like she just suddenly is an expert swordsman.
right.
You know.
Yeah.
And that was one of the things I really liked about it. And here's the thing: is
she did better than she probably should have.
No, I don't think she did actually, because she didn't defeat him with a sword.
Yeah,
She just held him off slightly, and he was playing with her.
she was
Yeah,
outclassed.
that's
I mean,
100% she was outclassed.
but you know
He
the
was
other
not trying.
thing about it too is like this. There's only so many ways you can go with a third act.
True.
Like
There wasn't even
even
a giant spider in this one.
right. I mean, even in games, third act is tropey. You know
I find that
Yeah,
disappointing.
what?
There's no giant spider.
I mean,
Not
there's a giant
everything
beetle.
needs a giant
Yes, it does.
spider. Despite there are 2 movies where they fight a giant spider at the end. I feel like that is sufficient.
No, needs more.
okay.
I agree
Well,
with
you can
you.
choose Wild Wild West for your pick.
I might.
Fuck, is that old enough?
Is it?
Yeah.
I think it is.
Oh, it's plenty
Oh,
old enough.
shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because
no.
it came
That
out
was
the
like
same year as
90,
The Matrix.
That was like 98.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Can we make a third rule? No John
Nope.
Peters
No,
films.
no.
What?
We didn't make that.
No.
Fuck. I actually don't hate Wild Wild West.
I don't either,
It's not
actually.
a bad movie.
Like, I know it's not a great movie, but I don't hate it.
Well,
The
it was
writing is
interesting.
absolutely trash. It's literally only held together by the cast.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Anyway,
around here, no, it's not Giant Spider. Shut up. Around here, let's see. Agent Paper got out. Drake got back up there. I think they meet. No, they don't. They don't meet up. Drake goes in and stops the giant line of trains that are opening the middle of the place.
Oh yeah.
To
not
reveal
just
a rocket.
one train, but multiple trains. A train.
There's like 4 or 5 of them, and you'd think a train would be like, oh, they're in a line. It's like one right after the other. No. They're parallel. And
It's
they're
crazy
just pulling
that-
the damn things.
Crazy that they had all these trains and none of them ran on deep.
Well, this just went off the rails.
Oh my fucking god.
Ah.
That's so great. People can see my finger guns now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love
Dying
technology.
inside.
Brandon, what happened next?
Don't do this to me.
I'm
Where'd you stop at?
I'm upset.
Fuck. I'm very
the,
upset
where
too.
the giant trains were pulling the.
'Cause I was thinking about that, like the giant beetle, because
No, the
I know that was
the line of
Somebody
locomotives was towing Rockety Rocket.
It wasn't the rocket itself. They were just opening the shell around the rocket.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I thought the station was
Which
just turning
actually-
into a damn
Poor
transformer.
Rocket.
One thing I thought was kind of interesting about that was that
That would've been
while
cool
it
as
started
shit.
to break apart, this place the entire time you saw that it was a little ramshackled together. When it was coming apart, it wasn't like, oh, clean, come over. No, they were like scaffolding that just broke and fell down.
Yeah. This guy was clearly not concerned about the shot, right?
Oh.
No.
Did the antagonist ever give like a reason why he wanted to kill the planet, or was
Yes,
it just
he did.
okay?
Like 2 or 3 times, actually.
Oh well, I must have missed the fuck out of that.
His
he didn't
reasoning
like
was
humanity.
that this is a very like dwindled down version of it. But he was basically just like, too much of one thing is bad. Humans suck.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, no, I did catch it then. Okay,
Yeah, it's just like he didn't like humanity.
Yeah.
And we all need to be.
He was very ill.
He wanted genocide of the human race.
yeah, his entire "I'm gonna explain my evil plan to you" moment was like so like it was definitely the part that was the furthest off from the translation in the subtitles.
Yeah.
I did not see that.
Which that was another part that's really fun is that this is around the time that. Well, actually, I think it still kind of does it with anime.
Yeah.
If you put on dubbed anime, and for those who may have not watched anime too much or not put on subtitles, whatever, because I need subtitles when I just watch normal shit.
Yeah, same.
Why?
Because I want to know. Well, number one, audio processing, but number two is like I want to know like everything. Like I want to.
Yeah. I want to be able to like I might miss it audibly, but if a dude says a thing and I'm like I don't know what the fuck he just said,
Just
I can
rewind it.
Okay, what if I'm in the theater and like person next to me coughs or something? I miss it.
What if they're not going to have subtitles in the theater?
They
Well,
do
you
have
actually
subtitles
can
in
get
theaters.
subtitles in theater. I just don't bother with it because it's a lot.
Yeah, it's a whole process. But
They bring a
The-
little thing.
Just tell them you're a superhero homie. They're like, oh, fuck, okay.
Yeah, they
That's
can.
it. They speed up with that one, but I don't like to use that card. The subtitles are the direct translation from the source language because it's not just in Japanese stuff. So you'll be listening to the dub and you'll read the sub and that shit's so different. And it was really funny because Brendan was, I think, reading while he was listening at first, and I think you had to stop reading the subtitles.
Oh, yeah.
Because it was so off that you were like, what the fuck? They didn't say that at all. And I was like, yeah, dude, they haven't been saying half this shit.
None of this matches at all. It's not even close.
There was one thing they said where in like the English dub, it was
Some funny shit.
no, in the English dub, it was like okay, it was a normal kind of small backhanded thing, but in the Japanese, in the sub, that shit says some. It was like the most hilarious insult.
Some offhanded shit.
And,
Just
and
like-
I wish I could remember what the verbiage was, but I was like, I need to start using that when I.
That's right.
when I insult
yeah.
people.
I don't remember what you said it was either.
Fuck.
It was something about inadequacy or something like that.
Yeah.
It was the one that Miss Deep gave to
Intelligence inadequacy.
Yeah, it's like your
to Agent Paper.
your intelligence is inadequate. It was something like that. But like, but what they said in
Dumb.
English was something like
You're fucking stupid.
it was like you don't really
dumb.
know enough of this. But
You're not very skilled.
Yes.
It's like quit being dumb.
My favorite instance of this in modern anime is in Dragon Ball Super when Goku meets the Galactic King, and the Galactic King is like an octopus type creature, like a.
All right.
And Goku reaches out to shake his hand, and he actually grabs his dick because he's like got a bunch of tendrils
Right.
and shit. You can't really tell. And that moment, in the sub, I think he's just straight up like, "That's my dick." Like, and then in the English dub, he's just like, "That's not how we communicate," or whatever. And his eyes just get all big. And Goku like blushes and gets the little blink, blink.
Oh, that's great.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure they use all of their arms as dicks.
I mean, I do.
I think in the actual.
No. In Super, very clearly, like there's the one appendage that's
I
a
was talking
penis,
about actual.
and Goku grabs it.
I was talking about actual octopus.
No, they have one as well.
Yeah, they just have just
There's the
Un.
one.
You should watch
that was the wrong
My Octopus Teacher on Netflix.
Oh,
it's not old enough where I'd pick it for my thing.
But
That's a tearjerker. That shit is.
It's a jerker, all right.
Damn it. I mean, for the deep, not Miss Deep.
Okay.
He'd be like, oh yeah. Rubbing on his gills.
Yeah.
where the fuck are we? I think we're at the point where the two Nancys fight.
Yeah, I did not love this fight.
I
didn't hate it.
I sure as hell didn't.
I didn't hate it either. It just kind of felt like he was like, oh, we got to wrap this up and eat real quick, you know.
That's fair, but I mean, granted, this could be an issue of we're used to flashy fight stuff.
Yeah.
Where technically, if she was a really good trained assassin, the shit would end fast.
Yeah, I mean,
granted,
she's fighting herself.
It wasn't very flashy. It wasn't very long. It kind of just happened.
Well, for me, my biggest problem was that it was almost confusing at times to keep up with who was who.
So oddly enough, though, I didn't hate that. I mean, it was. I stopped being able to keep track of who's who at all.
I think that was intentional.
But if it's a perfect clone, there wouldn't have a specific thing showing them as a difference. And I kind of like that there was nothing that showed as a difference because, like, it wouldn't really make sense except for, the viewer can know this is this person.
Right.
They talk exactly the same. I think, actually, the in-lore thing was that the clone is left-handed.
yeah.
That's what it seemed like.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because the dude at the end says, if you had, if I hadn't seen what gun you grabbed that with, so it's no, it was the OG is left-handed because the clone grabbed right hand.
Yeah.
Okay, it was something like that.
Yeah. I gotta say, I don't love the clone angle. I kind of would prefer it without it. Now, I don't know how much of this is just me like armchair booking it. You know what I mean? But I do think that, to me, I would like to see a cut of this where there's no clone. And, like, she just kind of turned on her and then is a double agent or whatever, because I really didn't love anything about this. Like, the weird self-sacrifice at the end.
We're
you know,
thinking that she was a clone at the end and not a clone at the end.
Yeah.
At least I was.
You never thought she was the clone? Well, for the split second where she
shot the skirt, yeah.
Shot the skirt, yeah.
No, when she let go of paper.
No, that wasn't her being a clone. That was just her being weird.
That was
and
the
in
OG
love.
that let her go.
Yeah, that was just her being weird and in love with the fucked up dude.
But I would have I think
stupid.
liked this more without the clone. I don't think it needed the clone.
I actually agree with you on that, though.
Yeah.
I think the clone was a little weird. They could have kept
It's kind of a
they have
cop-out.
clones, but because they had to get like Beethoven. By the way, Beethoven's in this.
Yeah.
Just at random.
I
Beethoven
looked at it
was
as
providing
less
excellent
of a,
score.
I look at it as less of a cop out and more of a missed opportunity, because like if they didn't have a clone, then they could have really played this up for more character beats between Nancy and Deep, you know.
Yeah.
Because
Nancy and Dee.
I mean between Paper and Deep, but you know it's just because with the clone, then it's like, well, you know, Deep never really wanted to do X, Y, or Z. It was the clone. But you know, if you have Deep actually be a double agent or a turncoat or whatever, and then she she feels bad about it or whatever, she wants to go back and kind of make it right, but then there's that kind of turmoil that they could play with. Whereas with the clone, it's like this is just what happened here.
Yeah,
It's the clone.
Yeah, and then we get the sacrifice at the end, but it's like not really, because their clone is still,
she was just weird suicide.
Yeah, the thing was odd.
So is the clone still alive at the end?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the
Just
sister.
a little sister.
So after
That's
they fight,
fucking stupid.
the clone is knocked unconscious underwater.
So she wasn't dead.
No. She would have probably died pretty soon, but
I was gonna say, like, she would have drowned.
And Nancy goes up top where Agent Paper is, and she double crosses the author dude. The entire time, Beethoven in the background is just jamming on that big ass fucking keyboard,
going to work
with a bunch of tubes and shit.
and what they're trying to do is go into orbit and broadcast across the entire world a suicide song.
Yep.
Because that's depressing.
Yeah, it's like the brown note, but somehow even worse.
Yeah. But Nancy double crosses the dude, grabs his heart and like crushes it in her hand.
Breaks his heart.
Poor
guy. She breaks his heart.
He literally killed her. Or thought he did.
So, poor guy.
No. I do kind of like that Beethoven didn't try to stand up and be like some weird extra boss. He was literally just in the back.
That would have been sick as fuck.
It was already odd enough that, okay, Beethoven's in this movie.
Dude, that would have been fucking
he was
awesome.
just kind of like a clone of Beethoven that's just stuck to the chair. Because when they cut the cords, like the literal cords, like hold him up, he dies. But at this point, they're getting really close to like space, and they have to like get out of here. And Agent Paper is just like, "Hey, I don't know how to like not die from this jump." And Nancy's just like, "Well, looks like you're gonna have to use your precious books to make a parachute." And Agent Paper, of course, is just like, "But I haven't read it yet."
Right.
Yeah. And,
Not my book.
no.
She does end up doing it, but this is the part that the title of this actually really bugs me, because the title of this is Read or Die. Doesn't make sense to me. Because, like, she could choose to read it, or she could choose to live.
Yeah.
I didn't think about it like that.
That's a good point. It's contradictory.
This question has bugged me since I first watched this.
Huh.
Years ago.
Well, I think it's kind of like,
If one of you can explain the title of this to me, I would love it.
this is far out as fuck, right? But dude wrote the books. Like, the guy is like the author.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So maybe it's like the books led them to him, and otherwise everyone dies.
Oh, so they had to read the books or you die. Okay, I guess that kind of makes sense.
That's just me.
That's the
grasping.
best one I've gotten. You know?
It's me reaching, but that's what I got.
Hey,
I got nothing better, so maybe.
Maybe the TV show.
It does not touch much of this.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think Agent Paper is like referenced in it, but it is 2 or 3 other girls who have similar powers as her.
Is the sister in it? Quote unquote. The clone.
I don't remember if Nancy's in it or not. It's
Clearly not Nancy. Like double not Nancy.
double not Nancy. The first one was not Nancy. This one's not Nancy.
This is a clone of not Nancy.
So does Nancy stay aboard the rocket because she doesn't think that the paper can hold both their weights?
I'm going to be honest. I don't know. Okay. Now, that could be valid because that parachute's almost gone by the time she gets down there.
Right.
Which is kind of weird because she was able to make a paper airplane.
She was. But she had more paper when she made the airplane.
That's true. But she was able to keep it together better.
Yeah.
But she also was crying because Nancy wasn't there.
Right.
So is this the jack on the fucking door?
On the
thing?
door? A little bit. Yeah.
Well, we're just going to file that under there. But Nancy, basically, as they get to the door, Agent Paper is just like, all right, cool, we're going to jump at the same time. You make sure to hold my hand. And Nancy's, of course, like, will do, yep. They open the door, and as she jumps... Now, this is the part that I don't quite understand. Agent Paper jumps, and Nancy keeps a hold of her hand, but then, like, phases into the wall to stay there for a second, as Agent Paper's just hanging outside of it, and says, like, one last goodbye or something, I think. Which, that could have been why she did it. But I think the more slick thing would have just been, like, face.
Yeah.
Yeah. The whole sacrifice thing is weird. It's like maybe what they were going for is like that she, almost got the whole world killed and like didn't want to live with the guilt of that, but it's just very odd.
I think a little bit more of it was stuff that was also a little bit lost to us because we were talking and didn't quite catch the thing. There's a whole scene from the second one where you guys were like, this is oddly sexually tensioned, which it was. But one of the things they asked back and forth was, would you rather be in a storybook style love interest or a real one? And that was kind of to start laying the groundwork for Nancy being this weird, super in love, but knows it's toxic kind of relationship that she's in. And at the end of it, she actually says her answer to the question, because Agent Paper says, of course, hers was, I'd rather be in the storybook one, because at least it's about me. You know, At least it's a good love interest thing. And Nancy says that, I can't remember how she says it, but basically, she brings that back up, and then says goodbye, lets her go, leaves the bookmark that Agent Paper gave her with a note of, take care of my sister, and then goes and just sits with the douchebag until... and then we find out that Nancy 2, or 3, I guess.
Not Nancy 2.
Not Nancy 2, is alive still, recovering, has zero memory of being a clone.
Remix.
Yep.
And is attempting to fold origami. I swear to fuck, Brendan.
What?
She made a butterfly.
That works.
Brendan,
That would have worked just fine.
I just set this equipment up. If I knew which mic you were, I'd mute you right now.
I'm saying, I'm just sitting there.
You lean forward. Right whenever I was talking about folding paper.
I'm just sitting there. I'm just existing. I'm listening.
He's been compromised by the Reese cups.
That's why I didn't give any to him.
Yeah. As I ate mine, it was like, no, replacement dairy.
I was already racist enough.
Oh, Jesus. But...
Well, we did say that Drake Anderson was like half Hulk Hogan, so...
That's true, yeah. Which half, though, was we need to know.
So... which, by the way, Drake Anderson was not on the rocket the entire time. Agent Paper did somehow get on the rocket and did her normal Agent Paper shit.
Well, the rocket was doing the rocket thing where, you know, like it splits. It drops the boosters after a while.
Well, he wasn't even on it at all. He was on the train part.
Yeah, he's on the train.
Yeah.
But
that's how the clone got down, right?
that actually
The clone was on the part that
down.
separated. Yeah.
And she was unconscious and without oxygen for long enough to where she had brain injuries.
Yeah.
But they do say blah 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 that not Nancy 2, if she regains her memories, would have to face trial. But I guess since she doesn't have memories, she doesn't. I will actually admit though that your point was probably better. That if they just didn't have the extra clone in there, they had Nancy like have a change of heart and not just randomly sacrifice herself. But I think that also would have technically landed more on the tropey side of it, of her being like, I'm a double agent, but I feel bad about it.
Yeah, it would have been tropey, but I think
I do think it probably would have come out better though.
Yeah.
If they wanted to do the ending where like she still can't end up with paper, they could always have like had her like do the double cross, but they live and then she still goes to jail because she still did all the shit. You know?
Yeah.
Right.
It could have had like a Lando Calrissian kind of thing.
Lean into the microphone, Brendan. Appreciate that.
What I'm saying was like you could have a Lando Calrissian moment where like he does double cross, but like there's kind of a reason why she's doing it. Like there's something that she's having held over her head.
They kind of already had that. That was her weird love for dude.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah. Which I want to know how that relationship got started.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Probably not nearly as toxic.
and can we also talk about like Lando Calrissian, kind of a dickbag, right? Because like he was gonna go along with like the fucking evil empire until he realized that shit really wasn't working out for him.
Yeah, a little bit.
And then he was like, "Okay, well, I think I want to switch sides now."
I mean, sometimes it be like that,
sometimes.
you know. Evil
Gotta
Empire
do what you gotta do.
offers you some shit, and it may fuck over the small folk, but hey, you be all right. But then the bag don't work out, so
Yeah. Some sacrifices have to be made.
He was doing the. Never mind. I'm not gonna make that reference anyway.
oh,
So, I know I've asked Brendan like what his like vibe off of the movie was, like how he liked it. I think each of you have talked about it a little bit, but Caleb, what did you overall think of this movie?
I definitely enjoyed it.
Except for the wiggle.
the wiggle.
You mean the screen vibration?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's a jiggle.
that's
the
putting
wiggle.
it nice.
When they made the song "Good Vibrations," they were not talking about these. After a while, I actually, and this may be actually why I missed a thing or two. It's because like when I was watching it, I had to stay super focused on the center of the screen, and then it didn't bother me as bad. Anytime I would like start talking to one of you guys and then look back at the TV, I immediately just got hit with it. I'm
wondering if watching it on different TVs would make it better.
As the person who I think is probably the most picky about visual and audio quality here, the visual quality of this did bother me. It was somehow worse than the Star Wars Holiday Special.
Not every scene of the Star Wars Holiday Special.
No, correct.
That's true.
But a lot of it, yes.
Yeah. The plot and everything was way better though.
Oh, I don't know, man. Like not one grandpa beat off.
I was gonna say, like, man, there's
that's true.
no grandpa fantasies.
Those Wookiees, they might live in huts, but they're very advanced. That dude had a VR headset in the 70s and already had porn on it.
Yeah, it's going to work.
Everyone was going to work. But I will say that this was a very nice change of pace. Like, while it got a little tropey in the third act, it subverted a lot of tropes that we see a lot, and it did so in a good way. They kept Agent Paper from being a Mary Sue, which, they very easily could have done that with her. I
think they kind of make the joke that she is at first, and then with Deep.
Right, which is fucking great, actually. Right. I saw the new Twisters movie recently, and the main character in that, they Mary Sue the fuck out. Really? There was one tornado movie to be made, and they already made it.
Gotcha.
There is nothing in Twisters that's better than Twister. It's like if you hadn't seen Twister.
Yeah.
But this movie doesn't have the...
And plus no Bill Paxton.
He doesn't have the heart of Twister, and not one cow is lifted off the ground.
Blasphemous.
Correct. No. That last part is what really ruins it. But yeah, the main character is a Mary Sue. Like, she has storm detection powers. She always has the right answer to everything. Oh, she's like the smartest person. There's multiple teams of scientists, and she just constantly is like 100 steps ahead of all of them.
Damn.
Yeah.
Hey, she might be Storm, and she's just making this shit happen.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Knows how to work a system.
Yeah, and even to the point where, like, when the storms do hit, like, nobody can, like, figure out what to do, and she always can find, like, the magic place to hide from the tornado or whatever. Like, it's like, super layered, That's rough. And, they Mary Sue the fuck out of her, but, it's not a fan. Anyway, back to this. That was the mini review for Twisters. No charge for that.
Say like what?
But I have more to say about that movie. Anyway, but yeah, I really enjoyed this. I thought that they stayed very focused. One of the things that anime tends to do is they try to, like George R.R. Martin, spin off all these fucking random characters. That they did not do that. They stayed very tight on the main cast, which is another thing that I credit. I don't know if like the actual One Piece, like the anime, does this, but the Netflix show definitely did that same thing. They did a really good job.
The anime, for the most part, stays focused. They
got 1,000 episodes, so they don't have to.
Yeah. There are definitely some side stuff here and there, blah blah blah. But.
Yeah. I kind of the format of this, with it being a 3-part movie, I think that really helped them stay in. If this had been a 90-episode show or whatever, there'd have been all kind of filler in here, and it would have been awful.
And I think that's why whenever a show was spinned off of this, they did not go with the same character, because their story was kind of done.
Yeah. Well, I think that they could have done more with Agent Paper.
Oh, yeah, I agree. Mm-hmm.
This could be like her tragic backstory. You know what I mean?
I think she might show up in one or two of them, but I don't know why they chose different characters for it. But I'm glad that they didn't do like the 3 of them again.
I want like the old man Kano. I want to picture him in the room just like bitching about how bad they are on a mission. Be like, oh god damn it, we're gonna have to send in Agent Paper to clean this mess up. Right. And then she just comes in, da, 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 da,
right. Reading the book.
Yeah, we need to send in Agent Paper. Go on, Agent. Somebody grab her book.
Yeah,
I think.
Fuck that! I ain't grabbing that bitch's book.
Right. I think it would have been successful. I think people would
grabbing
watch
the
it.
book itself, she's not
I
going to
think
immediately
so.
murder you. If you try to grab her glasses, she will immediately murder you.
Yeah, that is true.
yes.
Which, as somebody who needs this shit to see, I feel it.
Yeah, but I gotta be honest, man. No one just randomly reaches for my glasses.
That's
Killed-
true, though. It
killed
very
you dead.
seldom would
Yeah,
happen.
I don't. Yeah, that's
There are knives on the table.
I don't need that. Okay.
maybe in like grade
Got another
school,
knife.
but even then, like
Not even then, yeah.
Yeah.
No, most people just don't really mess with it.
yeah,
Um,
they don't want to catch the blind.
maybe that's it.
Yeah.
Don't want to catch these hands.
Was that the end of your thingy there, Caleb?
Yeah, I would say that's my overall thoughts. We're not ready to score it yet, right?
I figured we'd go through
I
our
think-
thoughts and then run back through as a score, or
Okay.
do we want to go ahead and just do a score?
I mean, I think we're there, or are we not?
I was going to ask you next, because I asked Brendan.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. I think that this is definitely a movie / film series.
Gotcha.
No, I actually enjoyed this a lot more than I thought I would, and
Oh, you have me picking anime shit, and then you're like, oh, no.
well, I just didn't know what to expect.
Because there's so much anime out there.
There's so much anime out there, and
Could have been
Didn't
anything.
I wasn't surprised that you picked something anime. I was surprised that you picked something that I had never even remotely
Yeah,
heard of.
this obscure. I'm like,
And
but I did have friends that have heard of this.
Really? That's
Yeah.
a little surprising, actually.
so I went into this just completely blind, obviously. So watching part 1, obviously I really enjoyed it. We reviewed that about a month or so ago. And coming back for parts 2 and 3, I gotta say, like, I think they also, for the most part, hit really well. Honestly, I think my favorite of the 3 may be the second chapter.
Yeah.
And that's kind of a sometimes that's a rarity when you have like a three-peat where the second one is so strong. I mean, it happens every once in a while, but I mean that was kind of the thing that happened here. I did like the conclusion as well. There were some elements of it that I thought were a little clunky there at the end, but I still liked the overall concept of what they were going for. And I think for the most part they hit it. Again, I think some of the nasty stuff could have been cleaned up a little bit more. I am a villain kind of guy, so I would have liked maybe a little bit more personality or expositing from the villain. But nevertheless, it was still, I like what we got. I just wish we had more of it.
The real villain really didn't get revealed until.
Yeah.
I mean, he got revealed in the second act, but we really didn't get anything from him until the third act.
I think so before he killed the dude, you saw him like standing there going like, and you didn't even know he was really like a villain. You're just like, oh, there's another dude.
Yeah, who
He
the fuck
was-
is this guy?
Yeah, he was like, because like in the beginning, you're kind of led to think that Lightning Piss guy is
Right.
the
A
main
little bit.
villain.
I mean, he never talks, and you know, like, yeah, that is fair though.
Hey, I mean that's cool as fuck for a villain. Like he don't say nothing, but when he shows up, everybody pisses themselves.
Right. Yeah,
Well, if he asks for where the library
That
is,
that would make a great Deadpool villain.
really would.
the lightning
It's a
pisser.
superhero. Just make everyone piss themselves.
Yeah, it's the lightning pisser. Yeah.
You can just see Wade being like hearing some shit, like he's in a conversation with somebody, and he's just like, oh, he's here, isn't he? And then you just see the
fucking
the dark
puddle.
spot on the suit. God damn it!
It's every time.
Oh no.
I
Not
didn't even think about
the,
Deadpool himself pissing himself.
Not to railroad us, but man, if they do, I think they are going to do a Deadpool 4 eventually.
Oh, for sure. You see how much money?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
A big old Marvel sack of cash.
Right. I got the books over there on the shelf. I haven't read it in years, but there's a Deadpool book by Daniel Way where they do the whole angle where all the pieces that Deadpool has lost form together to make like an evil, fucked up Deadpool.
I remember hearing about that.
Was that?
Is it Deadpool dead?
Yeah, Deadpool dead. Yeah, it's in there. But yeah, like all the pieces that Deadpool has lost that come together to form like an evil, fucked up Deadpool. He's got like 2 left arms. Like he's.
I want to see that cosplay.
I would love if that were to be a villain in like the next Deadpool movie because it's
That'd be wild.
yeah.
I gotta be honest with you, I don't think Ryan Reynolds has had this thought yet, but he really will be playing Deadpool until he's fucking 90.
Yeah.
Because when he no longer can do it, they're just going to put someone else in the suit and let him voice it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And you just won't get any really.
Ryan Reynolds will be 90 in a fucking wheelchair and still be Deadpool.
Right. I mean, we all saw the thing about like the dance sequence, right? Like he had to get a stuntman to do the dance sequence. Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, it was flawless. I was like, there's no way he pulled that off.
Okay, fair enough.
Like Ryan Reynolds is so white. He's from Canada.
I mean, the NSYNC guys did it.
Okay, but they were hand cherry picked people, brought together to make this group. You know.
Yeah, they're like professional dancers.
Yeah. So
I don't know. I think Ryan could pull off.
No, I mean clearly he could not.
Yeah, he couldn't.
Like,
fair
They
enough.
had to get a guy.
Yeah.
they
He
didn't
had to
hire a professional dancer because he could pull it off.
He had to get another dancer to get for the Celine Dion music video from Deadpool 2.
Yeah, that was weird, right? That was the thing.
Yeah,
Celine Dion?
that threw me off. Wow. Okay. What are your thoughts on
Because it was like the actual music video.
Yeah.
For the song. Yeah.
What are your thoughts on Read or Die?
So, I'll go ahead and give this, and I guess I'll do my rating on it at the end of it, which is awful. I shouldn't have said that. I'm terrible at picking these things. I normally kind of half go off of what people say. So, my experience with it, and I kind of touched on this for the first episode of this, was that I have seen this. I did know what was happening at the end. I have, nostalgia behind it, but this movie really, sometimes you watch an old movie and you're like, oh dude, I love this, and at the end of it you're like, why did I love this?
It's a rough feeling.
Yeah, this doesn't have it. No. I still like this just about as much as before. A little less because I've watched a lot more anime. I've matured a lot more as a person. I expect a little bit more out of some stuff. So all of the stuff that you guys say, I pretty much agree with it. That there are some parts where the plot's not iron tight. Although didn't really sell this one to you guys as that. I was just like, hey guys, this is a really old anime movie that I liked when I was younger, and I've been trying to find it myself.
That's all you need.
Not to interrupt you. Where did you say you first saw this at? Was it
my house? I don't remember exactly how I found it. I think it might have been on TV.
Wow. Okay.
Because
So
I
the
sure
options-
didn't find it
What
online.
channel would you have found this on?
So I'm
Probably
thinking
Adult Swim.
yeah, the options would have been limited, so probably would have had to have been Adult Swim.
Yeah, that's where I watched most of my first anime at.
I mean, me as well, but I don't remember anything like this.
I watched a lot of Adult Swim. Specifically aiming more towards the anime stuff. But I'm really not sure. I know my brother and I both watched it. It stuck to me a little bit harder than it stuck to him. Mm-hmm. But I also tend to watch more anime than he does.
Fair.
Not that he didn't like it. He also very much liked it. But
Fuck, that was me. That was me. I dropped some shit in the Dragon Con chat, forgetting that 3 of the 4 people at this table are in it.
Hello, it's not me.
But my phone's on silent, so because I'm not a fucking barbarian.
Well, I don't know what the fuck that's supposed to mean.
Can I help you?
You could.
Oh man, they can see my sass now.
They can.
Normally just to hear it. I'm sorry, but it legitimately held up for the most part. Like, of course, I'm not as bewildered by everything. It's like, all right, yeah, cool. She made a pipe out of money. Well, that's sick. Like, that's not nearly it. Like, I've seen a whole lot more anime now. That's pretty tame, actually. And I can tell that she did not have a winning hand against that samurai dude. Just so it. I still really enjoyed it. All the points you guys made are pretty much points that I would have. I don't really have any other extra points to add to it, which I'm focusing more on the nostalgia side. But I'd probably give this a solid 7 flat, just a solid 7. Because would I watch it again in a few years? Maybe if I can figure out how to stop that screen shake. But probably, like I really enjoy it. I don't regret dropping like $30 on the DVD for this.
An
I didn't
HD
initially
remaster.
do it, but they need to remaster that shit again.
Damn, man. That was $30.
8K remaster.
That's the only way I was getting it too.
Fuck.
I mean, shit, a Blu-ray or DVD now costs $30.
Yeah,
That's
the
a
going
4K
And Brandon,
Blu-ray.
I specifically got it so we could have a dub, so I bought that for you.
For you.
I mean, they really don't make physicals of anything else anymore, so
Well, that is appreciated, sir.
Yeah,
it's your turn.
it is your turn.
Is it my turn?
Yeah.
I don't really have, like, obviously, a whole lot to say. Like, I had fun with it. I enjoyed the characters. The action was really neat.
So all three of you really love the
to-
titties.
I mean,
You keep saying that like
Right.
you didn't notice the titties.
I passively enjoy them, sure.
There's a
Not
reason
nearly
why-
as
I mean,
much as
I
you guys.
passively enjoyed them also. I didn't have to actively enjoy them. I don't have to
reason why
turn on my
when
titty
someone
light.
says something is the best, they say it's the tits. You know?
I don't think I've ever said that, actually.
People say that. Other people say that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of
That's
the
the reason.
I'm actually more of an ass man, but I mean, it's
I mean, that too. But anyway, the characters were interesting, different. If I had to pick a favorite character, it would probably be motherfucker Blake
Blake Anderson?
Blake Anderson? What was his name?
Blake.
He's your favorite character in his name.
Yeah, it was Blake.
That guy.
It was Blake.
it was-
Merc
yeah.
guy.
Good old
So,
Blake.
all right. Now it's my turn to interrupt for a second.
All right.
Marquand Anderson.
Do you think Drake, motherfucking Anderson,
Drake, that's it.
would be as
I actually do like that.
as favorite of a character if it wasn't for the fact that we kept being like, "This is America Power."
No, I do.
We may have
Hyped him up a smidgen?
projected a lot of traits.
No, but there's a reason why we did.
I mean, all of the end results were correct, but we just gave him the reason of instead of plot armor, it's because he's got America Power.
Yeah.
Well, you know
I mean-
that was the idea in the Japanese writing room at the
Exactly.
That's fair.
time.
That's
you
fair.
know?
I mean, it wasn't an accident.
He's basically Chris Redfield from the Resident Evil games, you know.
Or fucking Solid Snake, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
any American.
Yeah.
and
Well, not
Japanese.
any American and Japanese stuff.
A lot of military.
First off, he did not have a
military
single-
Americans.
He did not have a single American flag on him.
Well, you don't know. You didn't see his.
He was
arms.
undercover.
Yeah.
Oh, it must have been it. Okay.
Yeah.
He could have had.
He clearly
one on
has
both
an American flag
deltoids.
tattooed down his dick.
Tattoo. Oh shit.
down his dick.
That's the flagpole, huh?
I like the way you
I got everybody
finished
with
it.
that shit.
Like, wait, down
That was a
his
solid
dick.
immediate reaction. though.
It was.
But I didn't mean to steal that from you. Go
was
ahead
pretty
with
good.
with your review of Drake Anderson.
Yeah, Drake. I don't know why I said Blake. I'm fucking dumbass. Y'all know.
I mean, they messed up the name too.
Yeah.
Obadiah.
Drake Anderson is a badass name.
It really is. But go ahead.
But other than that, I didn't like the ending. I'll be honest. Like the ending was like just not for me. I agree with it. I think they should have went a different route.
I'm curious.
You know.
What part of the ending did you not like?
The whole sacrificing self, then having the clone.
Okay, so
Just-
the Nancy thing specifically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That
Valid.
the second part with the Wukong, is that how you said it? The
Yeah,
Journey
yeah,
to the
yeah.
West guy.
Yeah.
That was obviously one of my favorite parts, and just most badass parts in the whole. Besides the lightning guy, what was his name?
Piss Pants Lightning Bro?
Yeah, I mean,
He was also
Piss
a
Pants-
samurai.
piss in your pants.
Samurai piss.
Samurai Piss Lightning
Also known as
Jedi piss.
Pisserai.
Ye old pisser.
Pisserai?
Pisserai. Yeah.
Samurai pisser Palpatine. That's his full. That's what it says on his license.
First of his kind.
I need those guys in a fighting game. I really do.
Oh,
I'll probably give it around 6.39.
you with the double.
He always gives very specific numbers.
Yeah.
All right, now who's next?
It's
No,
me.
okay. I didn't know if he was going to try and make a power
Yeah.
grab.
There's not a lot to really elaborate on here. Like I said, enjoyed the first and second act tremendously. As we've discussed on this show many times, it doesn't matter the medium. The third act is hard to pull off, right? Because I feel like just as a creative, right? The first act is where you have the most leeway, right? Because that's where you can sit down and you can go, okay, well, I want this character who, all right, they were given a rare super soldier serum that makes them stronger, faster, whatever,
Better, harder,
or better and harder. And they fucking perfectly cast Chris Evans because he got a big ass dick. Hey, you did that. I was trying to move on.
I was just making a song reference, but okay.
Yeah, but I mean, he does. Anyway.
I draw the line on America's ass.
Yeah. You want me to see America's dick?
Anyway.
Do you think he has an American flag?
Damn it. He was about to keep going.
Steve Rogers would, but I don't think Chris Evans does.
Shit. Motherfuckers flying full mast.
Or, I want to have my character fucking control sand, for instance. But you have a lot of leeway as a creative there in that opening act to go, okay, I want this to be unique. I want to do this. My character controls paper. In the second act, you have to give us a reason to continue to care about these characters that we were introduced to. They have to do something. And then in the third act, you have to come up with a resolution. And as wide open as Act 1 and 2 are, as far as the creativity you can go into, it's great. When you try to go into the third act, though, the resolution, you either have to, tie everything up in a storybook ending, which movies and shows and things today are very hesitant to do that because it's predictable. I wouldn't mind it every now and then, to be honest with you. I would prefer it over some of the other shit we get.
Yeah.
You have to either do that or you have to subvert expectations or put a big twist in there. And not everybody can pull off a twist. Not everybody's Brandon Sanderson. Or, what's the, Shyamalan. That's like the only thing he can do is pull off the twist. Yeah.
M. Night Shyamalan.
M. Night Shyamalan. But he's like the only one who, that's like his only thing he can do is a twist. These aren't ideas, these are twists.
What the twist?
He doesn't understand the difference. I know he doesn't. Get him out of here. But you got to dedicate yourself to the bit. But yeah, all that being said, I'm going to give this the original thing my brain spat out was a 6.5. And I think I'm going to keep that. Yeah.
I do wish we could have seen the big baddie, like the big bad guy, actually fight and see why he was such a badass.
Did you say you think that the main antagonist was a baddie? Is that what you just said? I mean, if that's what you like.
Baddie.
Yeah.
It's
fucking baddie.
I think the point was that he's not actually really strong. He was just like a mastermind kind of thing.
I mean, he killed that one dude pretty. I mean, yeah, he was.
He threw the thing. He didn't see it coming.
Yeah, I mean, staff didn't that kill him.
But that's a pretty badass entrance for someone that's like, he
sure.
can't really
He
fight.
set it up that way.
He did harpoon that shit. I mean,
It was like, that was pretty sick.
I don't care how much you can fight. If a lady can phase into your chest and crush your heart, there's not much you can
Oh,
do.
yeah, I know. I just wish I could have seen
With his
like,
little
actually.
in terms of, he did have a baby hand. I could not overlook that baby hand.
My strong hand.
I was like, look at his hand. Or his hand was like this.
Had some Trump hands.
But
I do wonder though, like in episode 2, what would the move have been if he missed?
oh damn! You think he ordered him to stand there for a minute? It's like, all right, cool. Now stand there for like 1 minute.
Hold on 1 second. Don't look behind you. Don't just fucking stand there.
You look really cool.
Just,
and there we go.
You're looking at
go.
like him.
Took me 8 tries, but I got it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, there's nothing really else I can say that we haven't already said here about this one. I had a good time with this movie. I didn't take it too seriously, so like my score for this one, it's not judged on different metrics, but not judged so harshly because again, how seriously should I take this when the protagonist can control paper and they don't say a goddamn fucking thing about it. This is what it is.
The giant
I think the
bugs.
show might go into it a little more, but I really not even sure if they do. They're just like, people got powers.
Yeah, people got powers. They call it what? Aegens, something like that.
I think that was the enemies.
That was the enemies. That was like their clan or whatever.
It was just them.
The Aegon.
Is it like it was just a clan of just the bug people? Like, what was that about?
No, it was like I think they just are bad dudes with powers and clones.
Yeah. Because they were all, I think, clones of...
Because I know there was like a few people that had to do with just bugs.
No, that was the same dude. Like, legitimately, that was the same dude.
The kid?
Yep. Came out of the old dude. And then when the kid got shot, he turned into...
Like a middle-aged dude.
Yeah, a middle-aged dude that was half...
That was all the same
connected
fucking guy?
Yep.
Fuck. Okay.
Weird bug.
Anime.
That one's a little much for anime.
And also, I have to take into account that this, while it is presented as a movie, it is formatted as a 3-episode show.
So they do have to kind of like... Sorry, I didn't mean to...
Oh, you good.
This I just forgot to say whenever you were talking about the multi-act thing. They also had to like pseudo-juggle completing an episode and then moving on to another episode.
I mean, as a standalone episode, parts 2 and 3 are completely incomprehensible.
Oh yeah. But I mean, like, you still have to watch, them in order.
Yeah, yeah.
If they had set it up like a movie just chopped in 3 without any like mini conclusions, it would also have been really weird.
Yeah,
I was expecting that, to be honest. Like, I expected a whole movie.
No, I think they set it up this way so that if, in case it was played on TV, it could be played as 3 episodes. But I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
Oh, you good. But they also had to... They came up with this story and this premise, and then they had to figure out a way to expound upon it over 3 26-minute episodes, basically. Yeah. And that can be a tricky thing to do. It's different from, believe it or not, like that is different from making just one solid movie. Because an episode, even if it is tied into other episodes, has to have a beginning and an end. And whereas a movie, you kind of have more leeway with that because the runtime is going to be longer. There are no intermediate breaks. So they had to juggle some other things that most traditional movies don't really have to deal with. But I still had fun with this. It wasn't perfect, but I thought that it was a very serviceable, very fun movie. In lieu of the titties, I give this a 6.9 out of 10.
Of course. Yes. Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, nice.
Nice.
I do have one real quick question before we wrap this up, though, because it's been about almost an hour past the movie's runtime.
It's normal.
That's fair, actually. Do you think this could have been done a lot better if they dropped the 3-episode format and made it just an hour-and-a-half long movie?
I think so.
Okay. Yep. I kind of got the same vibe.
Yep.
But I was kind of just curious.
I'll be honest. Even though they're not trying to do that, most movies you could divide them up just like this.
Really? Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, right? Let's take Civil War as an example. The first act ends when they capture Bucky finally, right? Everything up until that is episode 1. The second act would be everything up until the airport scene and when all the heroes get locked up on the raft. And then the third act is them tracking down Zemo at the base where they think he's going to bring the other Winter Soldiers to life, but he actually brought them there went there to kill them. I mean, you can split that movie right into 3 acts.
That's
just like this.
Yeah, so I think the only change might be that like it's a little smoothed differently, because whereas the episodes they kind of have to like recap ever so slightly.
Yeah, I agree, but
okay.
But I mean, most movies are made in a 3-act format.
That's how most
movies
are structured.
I was maybe like processing it a little bit. That's all.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I kind of have to give a little bit of pushback on that, just because the pacing have to be so different even still. Like, you can't pace 30 minutes of a movie the same way you would pace a 30-minute episode of television.
No, I agree.
Because it would have to be kind of tight and concise, just a little bit different. And that's what I really think hurt this.
Okay.
Was it had anime pacing, but
it sure did.
But I think had it been presented as like a complete movie, they may have had more opportunity for things to kind of blend together more and kind of flesh out a little bit better.
Right.
Right.
I agree with that.
Yeah, good times though. Good times.
I'm glad I legitimately am glad you guys liked it. This
Yeah.
was very much a wild card because I even told you guys I was like, look, I've seen this once.
Yeah. Well, now you've seen it 2.3333 repeated, of course, times.
2.3 repeated times. And I was like, and I can't find it.
The real question here is, Ace, have you picked a...
Oh,
I
yeah.
was like, is there any kind of tease?
I have picked my movie. I went back and forth with so many different options that I wanted to do, but ultimately I decided on
Steal again.
Jesus Christ! I didn't want to do that one when we did it.
The war is
Hey,
over.
that was your pick. That was your pick trying to break me.
I don't know if you heard it or not, but the war is over. There's a treaty.
Yeah.
That wasn't even part of the war. That was just him picking some shit.
I don't think you acknowledged that it was warfare, but it
Because it didn't
sounds,
phase me.
sounds like warfare to me.
I guess that was a part of the war that I didn't know.
I decided to go with a movie made by one of my favorite filmmakers and directors, John Carpenter, and you may think I'm going with The Thing because that is my favorite John Carpenter flick starring Kurt Russell, but instead I'm going with the other Kurt Russell movie,
You would think wrong.
Big Trouble in Little China.
Speaking
Nice.
of Raiden,
Speaking of Raiden,
Yeah.
yeah.
that's where Raiden comes from.
He didn't also do Escape from L.A., did he?
That's exactly. That's
He did another one?
Yeah, they did.
yeah.
They did 4 movies together at least.
God damn. I was like, Escape from L.A. is a very...
Escape from New York.
or Escape from New York is a very similar movie.
Yep, Escape from L.A., which we don't talk about that one.
I've never seen any of them. So
The Thing and Big Trouble in Little China. They did at least those 4 together.
That's crazy.
So I think I've seen Big Trouble in Little China, but I'm going to be honest. I was like, oh, yeah, I've seen that. And then I was like, I got nothing.
My favorite part about
Buffering?
Too long.
buffering.
and I'll just say this: my favorite part about the movie is the fact that Kurt Russell's character thinks that he's the main character, but he's not. And it's hilarious watching interviews with Carpenter and Russell talking about it. And they're like, yeah, we don't know how this went over people's heads. Like, this is not... He's the sidekick who thinks he's the main character. But no, great classic action comedy movie. I'm looking forward to seeing this again. I haven't seen it probably in about 15 years. So
I've seen bits
been a while.
and pieces of it, but I haven't actually sat down and watched it.
it never failed to make me laugh as a kid and young adult.
Well, you're about to.
Yeah.
So...
I'll learn today.
Because I'm not going to be there for that one.
Yeah.
The homie Oz will be returning.
Oh.
Homie Oz would be here. I'm pretty sure he's seen it, and if not, I'm pretty sure that he'll like this kind of movie.
Oh,
Yeah.
And then I will
I actually haven't seen that movie. So
Oh.
what I might do is I might pop over here and just watch it with you
Yeah.
guys and then just dip.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Oh yeah. Well, do we have anything else about Read or Die before we wrap this one up?
Read or die, motherfucker.
It still the name still bugs me. That's it.
I mean, they needed something to grab you.
Like,
An intense,
what Caleb said
edgy
is-
ass name. Like,
That's
Well, if that was the case, they would have put the actual name on there instead of ROD.
does not say read or die on it.
It does underneath it in tiny ass letters.
Well, everybody likes some rod, you know.
that might be worth a Reddit search, or maybe even trying to contact the creator.
We
Yeah.
I don't know if I could get in contact with the creator.
I mean, you can send an email to somebody who can get a hold of him.
Maybe.
Send it to Manga Entertainment.
what we
what's-
truly need is we need a glass type third property where part 1 is Read or Die, part 2 is Atlanta, and then part 3 is the team up between Agent Paper and Paperboy.
can't-
Oh shit!
We can't have it be like fucking Glass though.
Who's gonna stop that?
It would
my
still be
God.
better than Glass.
That, like, you know me, I like me some schlock, but that shit pissed me off.
So I do have one point real quick. If Agent Paper ever went evil, how hard do you think it would be to stop her? Like if she actually got serious and evil, instead of like always trying to read a book.
Oh, so the book thing is out because that's the way to beat her.
Yeah,
honestly.
yeah. But no, like she read one wrong bad novel and she just went over the edge.
Can you burn the fucking...
You can burn the paper, but it takes a lot to burn her paper.
I was saying, like, she stopped that guy from breathing fire.
Yeah, I mean, granted, that messed with it a little bit, but she also, she two-finger parried the fucking Wukong staff.
That's tricky, right? I mean, if we're being honest, is because we don't know, like, the full extent of her powers.
I still feel like she's sleeping on a lot of it. I think she's just too focused on her
Probably is.
I mean,
we haven't seen her final form.
honestly, the thing that would be probably the most effective would be like a Nightcrawler type character, a teleporter.
Oh, true, yeah.
You could, if you can get a hand on her, you can teleport her away from her paper. You know?
Yeah. You have to take care of her paper.
Well, I mean, the deep with just being able to phase through her paper and just fucking crush her heart and like.
Yeah, that would be the
That
best
is
way
a
to do
good,
it.
yeah.
Just like she could have killed her without, even blinking.
I just think it'd be kind of terrifying because she didn't care about killing people when she was good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
If she wanted to kill people, that'd be rough.
I mean, good question mark, right? I mean,
There were quotes.
She's doing
Morality gray area.
she's doing the job.
She's
in
more
lieu of
good
getting the
than
book.
my D&D character.
which
Morally
one?
ambiguous.
Possibly either one.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think she's more good than Hisako. I don't know about Fatefoot. Yeah, I mean, I think she's at best like a true neutral. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, like we don't ever see her do anything malicious, but everything. I mean, technically, everything that she's doing here is for either immense personal or financial gain.
Which is personal still.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, so. I mean, she literally was like, bitches, I'm not doing this unless you can pay off my book debts.
Which she just racked up.
Yeah, she's like, I got shit to do. I don't give a fuck about the world. So, yeah, I don't know about good. I mean,
Yeah, that's. Yeah, maybe not the correct word.
she's about as good as, like, Peacemaker.
I think even Peacemaker. Like,
I did have one more thing. I asked this at the first one, and this will be my last thing, I promise. What is each of your favorite characters? Now that you've seen more of them.
it's a toss up between Drake and Lightning Piss motherfucker.
Yeah, I mean, it's between Blake Anderson and Marquand Anderson for me. No, this is rare, right? Because I typically do not. I just have a thing. I typically don't like the main protagonist.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a.
It's just kind of boring.
It's just that thing for me. I'm like the next in command kind of guy.
Or I usually like that or the doppelganger.
No, I never liked that character. No, I'm very much either like the immediate sidekick Dick Grayson type, or I am for the like villain, or I'm for the man in the chair.
Anti-hero.
No. I said well, Magneto's not a villain in my book, but anyway, that's different. That's a whole episode. But in this, I think it's Agent Paper. I really like that character because, like, she's just not a typical protagonist in any way.
That's valid.
And I really enjoyed that.
For all the reasons that are completely non-applicable to this movie, it is, it's going to be Drake Anderson.
Motherfucking Drake Anderson.
Yeah, and it is because he, in my mind's eye, he is whatever the fuck I want him to be.
He's the everyman.
He's an everyman, and he's
the man.
He don't have no powers. But no one told him that though. He don't give a shit.
Give a fuck. That's his power. He don't give a fuck.
It's like he doesn't even have any powers. What do you mean he doesn't have powers?
No.
And it would have been. It honestly would have been the deep or deep had they.
I keep doing it too.
Yeah,
Miss Deep.
had they nailed her ending.
Yeah.
Agreed.
That's fair. Mine's actually before and now Agent Paper.
Yeah.
Just because before I think it was just like, oh cool, paper powers, and she's like this kind of nonchalant. She's the most normal kind of character out of the group of them, which is kind of funny because Drake was right there, just chilling. Now it's because like as much as I don't have time to read anymore, I fucking love books. I love stories. I mean, I devoured the Cosmere in a year, a month, and 18 days.
Yeah,
I don't know why I still
you're
remember that.
the only person I know, I think, that's actually current with me, like, has read everything.
Well,
the only person, like, in the immediate, like, friend.
Yeah. So, like, I love me some book nerd people, you know? And...
So there's organisms on the sand.
The
sun, actually.
Where's that button?
So how does this work?
But
so
yeah,
how does that
just like
incorporate the metal?
And she's kind of spaced out a little bit. I don't know. Just, for reasons you said as well, she's just a cool character.
Yeah.
She's also way stronger than she seems, I think, is another thing. I love that not trope per se, but trope.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the last thing I want to know because I asked for it last time. So
I did want to add a favorite character.
You don't get
kind of a top. Okay,
I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Obviously.
Nope. Thank you guys for coming into another episode of the Superhero Homies podcast. This has been a tremendous episode. I had a blast here. Hopefully you guys have fun as well.
No.
Oh, you had something to say?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
You good?
I'm good.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm good.
You got like 5 seconds.
No.
Yeah.
No.
You, this is your chance.
No.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm good.
I
Okay.
said he had 5 seconds.
Yeah.
He's done.
All right. Well, hey, this has been a blast. I have had a tremendous time here talking about Read or Die, amongst other things.
Yeah.
But we were more focused this time than with part one, you know?
We really were.
Yeah. Yeah. So we did the
At least
damn
I
thing.
was.
Hey, Brandon, you had your opportunity to talk.
no.
Matter of fact, I'm going to hit that motherfucker.
Which one is this?
This is the outro.
Yeah.
This is where we...
Yeah. So this has been a blast, and we will be back again soon. Caleb and I will be reviewing or ranking, I should say, the entirety of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and what a undertaking that will be.
We're doing that right tonight, right? Right after this?
Right, yeah.
Damn.
Right after this, we're gonna go right into.
What time is it now?
I think it's after.
Yeah, y'all gonna be here till 5
It's like
o'clock.
12:30.
Y'all, I mean, it's gonna be the four of us that's gonna do it right now. So,
I already got my list, you fuck. Let's go.
I was not prepared.
Let's fucking go.
We're pretty soon. You guys are gonna be like fairly delayed for a little bit, aren't you?
we're gonna have to
God.
do some double dutying to get things
Yeah, because
up
we
to
have...
speed.
So,
We have... What, go ahead.
am I seeing Venom Last Dance by myself?
No,
mean?
we're going to go...
Yeah.
You're gonna go?
I'm co-host now. I get one fuck it, and I'm not using it on that. I thought about it, though.
I know you did.
I'm going to
because you said you
tell
did.
you right now, I've never not wanted to see something, and then the trailer come out, and I want to see it less.
Fourth time I've heard him say this.
It's terrible. It's fucking terrible. Have you heard our thing about Rule of Cool? Mm-hmm. Okay, good. That's an amendment to the Rule of Cool.
I disagree, but obviously.
I've only ever seen Oz do that.
Well,
My grip.
Well, I was suggesting it.
Oh, okay.
And you got to get a good grip on it if you're gonna.
Grip the shaft.
That's right.
Firmly grasp it.
firmly grasp it. I mean, and also Venom doesn't come out until like what, October?
October. Yeah.
Yeah, we have coming up. We have the MCU ranking.
Yep.
We have the Mistborn wrap up, which is going to be essentially Well of Ascension, Hero of Ages, and Secret History all together. Which might sound weird unless you've read those three things, and you're like, "Oh, that makes complete sense."
And I'm not on that one, right?
It depends, I guess. Actually,
I just need to know what things I might be on
yeah.
to mentally prepare.
I guess it depends really on how Kay's feeling.
Fair enough.
But I'm sure she wouldn't mind you standing in for her on that. So you'd be a great person to do it. And I don't want Oz. So
I'll put my hair up in
You said you
Spaceballs.
don't?
yeah, or you have pigtails. Pigtails.
Oh, okay, yeah, one or the other.
Yeah. One pigtail, one space bug.
That will bug the shit out of me.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be on, but I have controversial opinions on.
You have controversial secret history opinion? Mm-hmm. We'll talk about that later, not around Ace.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued.
I am also intrigued about that. Is it Nash? You don't really like him?
No.
Okay.
That's not.
But anyway, it's Grisala. You don't like Grisala. I understand.
I ain't know Pluto Nash was in.
So what else have we got going on? We
got
have
Days of Future Past retrospect and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1.
Yep. And we also are going to be doing a review of Dragon Con.
Yep. A Dragon Con review as well. I believe we're also going to do Ahsoka.
We already did
Not Ahsoka. Acolyte. Yeah.
That's why I watched that. Are we going to be watching the Suicide Squad one together and doing it like we did?
So we can, but if it's going to be like a whole season of television,
I don't know how many there are. So.
Yeah,
I think it's like 10 episodes, right?
Yeah,
okay,
so it's probably best to do
Suicide
that
Squad
separately.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are we going to do like whole thing? Just shotgun that bitch?
Yeah, because I think Netflix is releasing them all at once. So
Okay.
Because I'm on that one as well.
yeah.
Are you? Oh,
Yeah, it's the three of us, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're going to be stuck on everything now, aren't you?
Yeah.
I wouldn't phrase it that way.
that's
one fucking.
I would also like to do Batman the Cape Crusader to get your thoughts on it as well.
Yeah, we're gonna.
I need to watch
Yeah, because they released all that at one time. Actually,
Oh wow.
I was surprised. Yeah,
Yeah, it's on the docket next. As soon as I'm probably gonna finish Loki this weekend, and then I'm gonna put Secret Invasion on and sit on my phone.
Oh, you guys still got to watch Secret Invasion.
Yeah, I was gonna watch that first, but like I actually really wanted to see Loki season 2, and we already have wildly varying opinions. So
Yeah, you might end up loving Secret Invasion. Fuck, I don't know.
I doubt it.
I got to the first episode and I'm like,
That was rough, right? They do the thing and you're like, why did
this
you
is
do
some
this?
bullshit.
Yeah,
I'm done.
yeah.
I don't want to watch no more.
I want it to.
Yeah, the rule
Taking
of
my ball and
thumb,
going home.
and I don't mean this in any sexist way whatsoever. The rule of thumb is if Emilia Clarke is in something and she's not naked, it's probably bad.
Damn.
I want you to know, Caleb, that is about as wild a shit as you said about Aaron Moriarty when we did our Boys review. You say the shit sometimes that crosses my mind, but I'm like, I'm not gonna say that.
He don't give a fuck.
That's what I'm here for.
Apparently.
I'm the Drake motherfucking Anderson of this podcast.
That's his superpower.
That's my superpower. I will say the shit that everyone else will just think. And not in like a Donald Trump kind of way.
Yeah, no, God, no, yeah.
Not like that Reese's?
Yeah, not like
the
my
Reese's
Reese's
kind of thoughts.
Not the racist Reese's.
Race.
Well, I'm going to end this podcast before this becomes the seventh 6 hour. I mean, it's the seventh 3 hour podcast we've ever done.
Yeah, it's getting close.
Yeah, it's getting close. But that's going to be all for this one, homies. This has been a hoot and a holler, some would say. We will be back again very soon. But until then, my name is Superhero Homie Q.
I'm Superhero Homie Dylan.
I'm Brendan.
I'm superhero homie Caleb.
Till next time.